Good morning. Sunday morning. How are you? Now, I hope you slept better than I did. The rain last night, my word. When I've been away to Gibraltar for a few days, and when I got off the aeroplane in my shorts and my T-shirt, and it was chucking down the night before, got to my village fine. Last night, so strong. Anyway, good morning, good morning. I have to start this morning with a happy birthday to Marge. Marge is a friend of mine who watches every day from California. She's quite old. She lives in a retirement village, but it's not a village. There's 15,000 houses. I know. It's gorgeous. Anyway, happy birthday, Marge. Hope you're having a lovely day. And we're going to have a lovely day here. Because would you like to see... Oh, before I start coughing. Would you like to see today's menu? It's called Sew a Rainbow. 8 o'clock, we've got a garden quilt. At 9 o'clock, we've got Kaffe Showcase. Then at 10 o'clock, we've got Quilting with Joy with a little J. It should be a big J, that, for Joy, shouldn't it? She should always be with a big J. We'll blame Little Puff that. And then Beautiful Bags. See, Bags gets a big B. So why Joy doesn't get a big J? Because she's just a bit of an old bag herself, isn't she, really? But there you go. It's all Paul's fault. It's all Paul's fault. Anyway. We want you to get in touch. We would love for you to get in touch. Now, apparently the website, while I've been away, they've changed the website. So if you go to www.sewingquarter.com, right, get the website, then you click on Watch Today's Show. Hannah's saying watch, John. You have to do watch. Right, now, so now it looks the same there. You've got the big screen and everything like that. But if you go scroll down the page, there's the message studio on the other side now. Underneath, it's, I want to put a circle around it. Underneath where you're watching what's being sold today. I think what? Oh, they've changed that, but there's apparently still a limit on the amount of letters, the amount of characters you can have. Also, if you scroll down the page, you see there'll be all the products that Amy had yesterday. In a minute, all of those will disappear, and as we bring you items today, whether they be bundles or fabrics or bag handles or anything like that, they will appear there. So if you're watching the repeat later on, you think, oh, I'd really like those, you can go scroll down to underneath there where they are now and just click on it and pop it in your basket. Talk about put it in your basket. There you go, like that, you see. What you can do is you see at the top of the page there where we're live, to the right. Now, that Aurifil, obviously, is one of yesterday's. They're lovely, those threads, those Aurifil threads. As we're auctioning things off, now they do have, every now and then they do change. They do change from what we've got. But you can just click on your basket. See your basket at the top right-hand corner of the page? You click on there, and you can see what you've got in your basket. I don't know what Hannah's got in her basket at the moment. She seems to have 3 things in her basket at the moment. What's she got? She's got Paris on Point Quilt. Oh, they made it bigger so I can read it. The Prim Bobbin box and the Aurifil. Oh, you better check out, Hannah. Now, you only pay £1 for packaging, so you can check out as many times as you like during the day, and you'll only pay £1 post and packaging of £2.95. Right, look at these. Aren't these cute? This is a garden quilt, look. Aren't they lovely? Aren't they absolutely beautiful? So we've done a little bundle for you to... Now, do you know what we've got? Look at these. I love these. Now, they've called them design rolls, but we all know they're called dessert rolls, don't we? Because they're 6 inches in depth, and they're just fabulous. Right, Kaffe Fassett, starting with Sunshine. Sunshine. So we've got Sunshine with the yellow. What you get is you get ½ metre of the yellow fabric. You get this amazing design roll or dessert roll, and you get the thread for £58.95. It's called a hanging fabric bundle, but you know what? You get it. There's the slide. So you get the big bundle. You get the... I'm just checking how many pieces of fabric you get in there. 26-inch pieces of fabrics in there. All for £58.95. Or, of course, if you want the shade... This is nice. This is the bluey-greeny version. So you get ½ metre of the blue fabric. You get your dessert roll. And you get your silver grey thread. And the graphics will come in their own time, £58.95. They're lovely, aren't they? Now, there's the slide. There's what you're getting in the little bundle. I've also got this gorgeous book, which Joy has taken her pattern or inspiration, let's say the inspiration from today. I'll go through the book totally with you later on. It's called Little Quilts and Gifts from Jelly Rolled Scraps, 30 gorgeous projects for using up your... leftover fabric. Well, it's not leftover today, is it? We've got gorgeous dessert rolls today. £12.95, that book. £12.95. Okay, Okay, have a look at the picture of the quilt. Oh, okay, well, just walk across then. Good morning, Joy.
Good morning, Jan.
How are you?
I'm very well.
Haven't seen you for ages.
I know. And you've been off on holiday.
Well, 2 days. But it was lovely. I had a great time. Went to for his birthday party in Gibraltar.
I do.
As you do. I know. Remember, any questions you've got for Joy, get them through on the web chat because they come through into my tablet here and we can just ask them. Before we start, aren't these beautiful?
Yes.
I mean, this is obviously what you've got left over. But, I mean, I love design rolls. I love jelly rolls. But this is just, because you get the 6 inches in each one, it's really, really lovely. You get to see the fabric and you get a sampler of everything, really, don't you?
You do. And you can get some nice big patterns as well, which obviously you can't get in a jelly roll because it's only 2.5 inches, so perfect for this.
Brilliant. Right, okay, so what have you done today? Let me just move these across. So just put that one over there like that. Whoop, and that one there like that. Right, these are so cute, what you've done here. They're really, really delicate, aren't they? Obviously, there's way more fabric in your design roll, your dessert roll, than you need for this, isn't there? There's loads left over. Yeah. Because... You made that as well, Ashley, didn't you? Which we'll come to.
Still had loads left over.
We'll come to that. We'll come to that in a minute.
Okay.
Oh, what, these? Oh, okay, sorry. Do you want to just lift yours up, Joy? I showed them at the beginning, but you couldn't see them because they're into the graphics. So this is the one, obviously, the sunshine, and this one here is the shade. £58.95. So that's saying, when you've made those out of your dessert roll, you've actually got lots and lots of fabric left over. So as I say, Joy made this, created this out of it. But we'll get to that later, because it'd be nice to just start and work out how and where and what and everything, how you made this.
Right, OK. So we've got this book.
Yes.
Full of lots of small things
to
do. You could probably make most of them out of one set of these.
Yes, exactly, yes.
Which is good. So we've had a look at this one, the bordered garden quilt. All the patterns here, everything that you need to do. And the templates that you need are also at the back of the book here as well. And they're all coloured in, which is quite nice. So lots to see in here. To start with, then, we just need to do some cutting out to get our bits and pieces.
Okay. Now it's meant as like that, as a wall hanging, isn't it? It's not meant to make what normally we do a block and we then add lots and lots of them together. Yep. It's really that's it, isn't it? It's your finished piece to hang or whatever. Yep. Or it could go on a table, on a coffee table, or anything like that, couldn't it? But it's like a piece of art rather than. I mean, all your quilts are pieces of art, but do you know what I mean? Rather than thinking that's your block, then you make another one, you make another one, you make another one. That's so out of your ½ metre, I presume you could make 2 of those, couldn't you? Oh no, actually, because you've got your backing, haven't you?
The ½ metre will do the backing and the front and your binding. All in one go.
Brilliant. So really, the ½ metre, but then the dessert roll will make loads and loads and loads, won't it? Okay.
Absolutely. You could make it as blocks and put them together, or use elements of it. But the whole idea of this book is that they're small, quick and easy things to make if you want to make little gifts or just want to dress the table up or something.
Of course.
So, of course, the first thing you've got to do is decide which strips you're going to use.
Of course, yes.
And with 20 to choose from, there's
so you don't need 20 different fabrics then to create the piece, do you?
No.
So I'll just bring this in. So you don't need, because here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
9, 10, 11, 12.
12, and then you've used this one in here.
Yeah.
So basically, you could just, like you say, you can just pick and choose, can't you?
Just pick and choose whichever ones you want to do. A lot of the sizes, when you look on here, we're going to cut these rectangles and the squares going round. They're actually 2.5 inches.
Oh, so if you've got a jelly roll, you can make one of these. If you get the book, and you could use those to. You could use a 2.5 inch jelly roll to make this as well.
You could. Now, some of the sizes are longer than the 6-inch width that we've got.
Right.
Okay. So it's a case of just opening it out, and if you've got to do, I don't know, say 6.5 inch one, then we can line it up and cut it across this way, which I'll just do. Oh, somebody's put a nice new blade in.
Oh, that's it?
Since last time I was here. That's good. And then we can just trim back to our 2.5.
So in the book, it tells you what sizes to cut.
It tells you exactly what sizes to cut here. So this border strip here, for instance, you've got to cut 2 strips, and they're 2.5 by 6.5.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay.
It's got it in centimetres as well if you're a centimetre girl.
Yeah.
Or boy.
So that's all you need to do. And then, obviously, you've still got a nice usable piece left over.
Of course.
Or you could cut another 2.5. Some people like to have the sides matching.
Oh,
like
okay,
them to be
yes,
the same.
yes.
So you've got enough to do that as well.
Of course.
If that's what you want to do. So for anybody who's a beginner, perfect project because it's very straightforward.
Oh, okay, that's a good
very
thing.
Very straightforward
yes.
cutting out.
Because it's not just patchwork, is it? We've got applique, and you've extended it a little bit, and you've put Suffolk puffs on.
That's right.
What's the word I'm looking for? Embellishment. Embellishment. I haven't been here for 3 days. My brain's not working yet.
I think you need to just chill.
Yes.
Chill. You're still on Gibraltar time,
yes,
obviously.
I am.
So we're going to cut out all our bits and pieces.
Okay, brilliant.
And obviously, from the big piece, we need to cut out our big centre square,
right,
which is a 12-inch square. So that's, again, nice and straightforward to cut out. So then, once we've got all our rectangles, it's just a case of putting them together.
Oh, okay.
And we're using 1/4-inch seams right the way throughout.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, it tells you on here. Sorry, did you want to?
No.
Yeah, it tells you on here, and you can see you've got a really clear diagram here to show that which pieces go where.
Where, yes.
Okay. So this is telling you here short side A, 2 strips, which is our top one. Then you've got short side B, which is 3 different ones, which is going across. So it tells you exactly
where it's going.
what to do and where to put them. So if I just lay these out a bit. So we've got one that's going to go on here, and then we need to find our other
Oh, I see.
short
So when
one.
it says short side, it's the same length as the centre bit, because this one will go from the bottom right the way to the top of that
exactly.
one.
So these will go right the way up and right the way down.
Brilliant.
So once we've sewn these on and we've took in our seam allowances,
those
will fit on. And if you don't like the fact that you've got those fabrics there, you can swap
it's up to
them
you.
around
It's your
as well.
project, really.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
You put them anywhere that you like. So really nice and straightforward to do. So we can get these stitched on.
Okay. Do you want to press that first?
I think that'd be a good idea because it's got a bit folded.
Just move everything out the way.
I pressed everything else except for that.
Yes, that's not usually your, up to your normal standards there, Joy. When Joy comes in, it's brilliant, right? Because they bring in all their prep, right? And Joy's is all in, are they sandwich bags or something like that? All neatly, beautifully pressed.
Yes.
In every stage. Oh, I'll do this. Every stage in a sandwich bag. It's brilliant.
I just like to be organised.
Well, also preparation's the keys. I was always taught that if for some reason you couldn't get to do your work, then someone else has to be able to pick it up and just follow what you've done. So I think preparation is one of the most important things, isn't it? The iron was on quite cool, so I'll just have to wait for it to heat up properly. There we go.
I'm going to blame Jay because he was ironing other things. You see, I couldn't get to the ironing.
Poor old Jay gets blamed for everything. I'd never dream of doing that.
Of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. That's lovely now. Nice and warm as well. Okay. So now it's just simply a case of bringing it on the top and stitching it down. And what we can do is we can pop a couple of pins in just to make sure it doesn't creep away from the edges. Pop 2 in there. And I like to use the finer pins for that. 1/4 inch foot. If you haven't got a 1/4 inch foot, then you need to move over your... It's not lined up very good. Goodness sakes. It's catching. Better? It's catching. I'm not lined up very well either.
Oh.
That's better. I couldn't find the edge inside.
Have you had your nails done to match that top?
Yes.
How lovely.
Did you guess?
Well, no, because I saw the nails earlier, but you haven't been wearing that top since you arrived, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. That's how tired I was when I came in. I thought you changed into that top.
Yeah, when I go and see Laura to get my nails done, I have to take a picture in of the top that I'm wearing.
Because sometimes you have them to match your earrings, don't you? Yes. What were you calling me, Hannah? Jack?
Jack.
Oh, Jay, John and Joy in the same sentence, and it came out as Jack. So who did you want to speak to, Jay, John or Joy? Hold the line, Paula. Oh, yes. Okay, the fabrics here are the Macao solids that you're used to. Yes. This one is bright yellow, and that one is baby blue.
Baby blue. Okay, so there's our first one on.
Okay, brilliant.
And then I'm going to do the opposite side.
Okay, so now would you wouldn't press yet then? You do the two?
No, I do the two opposite sides, and then
yes.
Then I'm going to press it.
This one that Joy's using is the shade one. The other one is called Sunshine. So the one with the blue background is shade, and the one with the yellow background is yellow solid. Sorry, is sunshine. Sunshine. Yeah. Oh, my brain doesn't do me any good to have a couple of days off, does it?
We're gonna have to bang you.
Loads. I mean, so this is after you've made this, and you've made part. Is that a mix of two?
That's a mixture of the two.
But
I've
you've
still got all
of
those
this
left. Yes.
Left over.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a project where I'll just use everything. You've got all of this left over. I'll roll them out later for you when we've got a bit of time and a bit of space. I'll roll them all out for you to see the different patterns.
There's about 3 meters of fabric in each roll, so that's a lot of fabric.
Yes, exactly.
To use. So it's good value too. It's a good way to get lots of variety in your fabrics.
Oh yes, totally.
For small projects.
Well, you only have to look at this one behind us now. I mean, I know we're not making that project yet, but that's made that. Joy made these, and I went, I've got all this. I've got loads of time on my hands. I've got nothing to do. I'll run this together, which we'll go through in a second with you. When we've done this project, we will go through that project with you as well. But how dramatic is that? That would look gorgeous framed on a wall, wouldn't it? That would look just stunning.
Really nice.
Anyway, so back to this one.
Okay, so we've got our two on. So these need to be pressed now. Now, when you're pressing, we want to reduce the bulk as much as we can. So we're going to press the seam so it goes under the centre.
Right.
Okay. If we come this way, we've got a lot of bulk starting to build up here. So over to you.
Okay. I thought I'd set the seam. I thought I'd set the seam first. Is that what you called it?
Set the seams. Yeah. Well done.
Not setting the scene.
Seam.
What does that do then? Does that just kind of make the stitches sit into the fabric better?
Yes, yeah.
So if I go like... No, hang on, that's the wrong way.
Yeah.
I want them to go under.
So
you're confusing me now, hang on.
Okay, so turn the whole thing over,
turn the whole
thing
this way.
That's it. And then you need to go... Oh, shall I do it?
Yeah, you do.
Probably is.
I'll stand it. No, because I've normally got the hang of this.
Yep.
But
so the side that you want it to go under has always got to be on the top.
There, that's how you work it out.
Yeah.
Then.
So then if I bring this up...
That's it,
and
that's
then
it, that's
we can
it.
just knock that back over.
So that's a good... Because I hadn't thought of that. So the one you want it to go under
is
always on the top.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So normally I'm saying to ladies, put the dark one on the top.
Yes.
And go to the dark side.
Now, you say ladies, you've got boys in your class as well.
I do. I've had 3 altogether. Clive, Anthony and Paul. They're good lads.
And are they fabulous quilters now, then?
One's just a beginner, so he's getting there.
Yeah.
One doesn't really do quilting. He wants to do all of the sewing-y related things. And the other one's actually a silk painter. Oh, wow. And he wanted to come and do some free motion quilting because he wanted to get some texture into his work.
Oh, wow. So it's not just quilters, then, that come to your class. It's all sorts of people want inspiration and things.
I've got one lady. The first thing she said to me when she booked on the class was, I don't want to make a big quilt. I only want to make little things.
Oh, okay.
She's now on her 4th big quilt, I think. And she's completely addicted.
Oh, I have to say, after doing that one block, but also I realised the importance of having a good sewing machine.
Yes.
It makes all the difference, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Lovely to see you back, John. Hope you had a lovely time. Lots of love, Lorraine. Oh, I did, Lorraine. Thank you very much indeed.
Yes. So again, we're just going to sew these on. Now, because this is getting a bit of a longer edge,
yes.
I'm actually going to pop a pin in the centre of this one as well. And then if you need to do any easing to make sure everything fits,
yes.
then you're only easing between shorter points.
Now, you don't go backwards and forwards at the end?
No, not with this, because all the seams that we're doing are going to be encased in another seam, so
yes.
we don't need to. And if ever we need to unpick it...
Yes. Has that ever happened with you, Joy?
Once or twice.
But it's good to know, because we always think, oh, the experts, they never make mistakes or anything like that.
We probably unpick more because we're not so forgiving with ourselves.
Yes.
Oh, no, can't possibly let that go. I've got to unpick that.
Yes.
I often say I don't teach people to sew, I teach them to unpick. Yeah, my aim in life is to have a whole class of male quilters.
Oh, is it indeed? Joy, that's an awful... Hannah said, can she come and watch that one?
That's not quite the group I had in mind, Hannah.
No, but you know what Hannah's like.
I do. I've seen the picture on her desk.
You've seen what?
The picture on her desk of her latest...
Oh, of course. Of her new latest...
Heartthrob.
Because she's gone off Roger. You know, the stitch and tear man, Roger. He's gone... for a while, because she's now #1. And, you know, because my friend, Bonnie Langford's a friend of mine, so I rang her up the other day and said, you couldn't get a picture of Hannah's on-screen husband, as it were. Anyway, it arrived yesterday, so I brought it in for Hannah today. But then, of course, Bonnie had to send one of her as well. Lots of people... Do you mind if I just talk about the book for a second?
Carry on.
Lots of people asking about the book, and I haven't been through it yet. So this is Little Quilts and Gifts from Jelly Roll Scrap. So it's 30 gorgeous projects for using... leftover fabric, or of course it doesn't have to be leftover fabric, because of course we're using a beautiful design roll here, or what's it called, dessert roll they're called, aren't they, the deep ones like that. A lovely book there, all about materials, wadding, batting, threads, what tools you'll need. There's in fact that's Joy's rotary cutter there, isn't it? Look,
okay.
Same one there.
Have you hidden pin cushion?
Oh, where are you off to?
Yes, you have.
Oh, I'm getting the blame of moving things now. Little quilts. So this is where you look at this. All the techniques. Techniques you're going to need to see. Cutting triangle, just basic, but something that is a good. If you're a beginner, brilliant book for a beginner, but also brilliant to go as a go-to if you've forgotten how to do something. Look at this, beautiful. You've got how to use a template. And then we carry on like this, and then we've got joining strips, binding, everything you need to know to complete your project. And then we move on to the projects, like the spring brick wall quilt. That's nice, isn't it? And then the 9-patch quilt, which we talk about a lot. Hidden crosses. Oh, look, you see, that's nice, isn't it? Am I in your way here? I'll move in a second.
You're fine.
Scrap... preserve a quilt. I'm reading upside down now. I should just look at the screen, shouldn't I, really? Soft and faded vintage quilt. That's nice, isn't it? Oh, look, you see beautiful pictures and everything. So much, so much the hourglass. Hang on, let's move on. Framed 4-patch. Oh, that's nice as well, isn't it? All of our quilt blocks are all coming in now. Jay's finished his log cabin quilt. I love a log cabin. Log cabin quilt. I've done a kaleidoscope log cabin as my block. That's beautiful, isn't it? Hexagon flowers. We've got hexagons available in the next... oh, that's wonky stacked coins. That's nice. I like the black background. Oh, there we go. Bordered gun quilt. That's what we're doing today. And then, look, it goes on to gifts. So, again, you've got different techniques. And then you've got mats, a dolly. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? Hot water bottle cover. We'll be needing those soon. It was cold. Not cold last night. It was very dark and wet when I woke up this morning. A covered folder. Ravioli. Now, that's not ravioli to eat. They've got lavender inside to put in your knicker drawer and everything. Hexagon pillow. Got hexagons coming up in the next hour. Flower... oh, that's nice, isn't it? You see all these different ideas, all for £12.95. It's lovely, isn't it? Because like that lady who joined your class said, I don't want to make a big quilt, but has done.
Yeah.
Be a brilliant way to start, wouldn't
Yes.
it, with these little ones, and then move on to some of your more bigger projects that you do.
That's right.
Right. Okay. So you've created
there
your.
we go. That's as easy as it is to get that
Brilliant.
done.
Well, yes, that's easy, but we've still got a long way to go.
We've just got the flowers to do next.
Just.
So this is where we do 2 bits to the flowers. We've got the flower heads and we've got the leaves and the stems. So flower heads first then. Now, these strips are perfect for doing a bit of fussy cutting.
Right.
As you can see, I've got a few holes in here.
It looks like that. What's that lovely cheese you can get slices of in the supermarket? They've got big holes in that.
I don't know what it's called, but yeah. What's it called? I don't know.
I don't think it's good. I'm not thinking of Gouda.
No.
I'm thinking of I don't know now. I'll just pick it off the shelf and eat it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look at the name of it. Anyway.
That's anyway.
What did you use to choose your size of your Suffolk puff?
I just sort of made it up, really.
Oh, you didn't go. Oh, I've got a glass. I'll draw around a glass. You've just gone around the centre of your.
No, I did. I've drawn around, as you can see there. But obviously, the bigger the circle, the bigger the Suffolk puff ends up.
Yes.
So I just sort of went for a sort of generic sort of size. So yeah, just draw it on. But this way, it means that you can centre it on exactly the right piece that you want. So we've got some really nice little bits and pieces.
Yeah, all very different, aren't they, as well?
Yes. And then all you need to do is a tiny row of running stitches all the way around there, about 1/8 of an inch in from the edge. By hand, little hand running stitch. And then when you get back to the beginning, you just put your finger in the middle and pull it up.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like a little bonnet.
Right.
And then you squidge it down a bit.
Oh.
And there you go, job done.
So it's how do you make that bit look so neat in the middle then? Only because this way, you put that way, it looks like a covered button that way, doesn't it? But on those there, it looks really, really neat.
Yeah, it's just the way it pulls together. And then obviously you just take your thread right the way through and you can stitch it on.
Oh, you stitch it at that point?
You just stitch it straight through.
Right.
Onto there.
But we're not doing that yet, are we?
No.
Morning, John and Joy. Are you going to show the blocks and quilt you're making? I'd love to see them.
Your blocks and quilts.
Ours. Well, I've already shown mine on air, but yes, we will do. We will do, definitely. I'll get Jay's out for you later. Jay's made his.
Oh, great. Okay, so there's your Suffolk puffs to make your flower heads.
Yes.
And then we need to do the leaves.
Yes.
Now, the leaves, again, are going to be appliqued down. Now, it does give you instructions in the book. It tells you how you can stitch them down.
Right.
On mine, I've used Bonder web and bonded them down.
Right.
Which is, a traditional way of doing it. But we can use freezer paper.
Oh, okay.
As well. Have you got some?
I've got some freeze paper and I've got some Bonder web, just as it happens here.
Well done.
So what would you like first, Hannah, on that one? Right, freezer paper. Now, I need to warn you, these are very limited. I had a run on these the other day like you would not believe. Hannah's the one that's been asking for this. And, of course, I had it the other day with little Paul. And, we nearly sold out the whole stock that we've got. 12 metres by 38 centimetres you got there, freezer paper. Now, there's so much, but I'll let Joy explain, because she's obviously the lady who's used it. I told you on Whatever Dad Did It how you could use it. But what's so special about freezer paper?
OK. Freezer paper, then, you can use it in lots of different ways, OK? You can just use it to... Sorry, I'm just getting my needle threaded up, ready. You can just use it to draw around. So instead of using tracing paper or greaseproof paper or anything like that, you can literally just place it on the top of what you do, and you can trace it round.
Yes.
So if you want to make any templates, you can use it to make templates. We're going to use it for our appliqued leaves.
Right.
And we're going to use it in one of 2 different ways.
OK.
Because it's got a waxy side to it, it's got a shiny side and a dull side. The shiny side is the waxy side. You always shine, John.
Oh, thank you.
You always shine, especially when we're together.
Yes.
Yes. So the shiny side, if you put that on top of fabric and iron it, then it temporarily holds it in place.
But it's not glue, is it?
It's
not
not
like
glue.
Bondweb.
No.
It's not anything or Viley or interfacing or anything
No,
like that.
it's nothing like that. It will come off again.
Yes.
Okay. But it'll hold in place temporarily.
So is that what you've done there?
Which is what I've done here. So I've just pressed this on the top. So I've drawn around my leaf shape from the book.
Yeah.
Cut it out, pressed it on the right side of my fabric, which is unusual.
Oh, yes, that is unusual, yes.
On the right side. And then I've just cut out about 1/4 of an inch or so all the way around.
Right.
Then what you can do when you place this on, I just find a...
What do you need?
I keep losing my pin
It's
cushion
nothing
today.
to do with me.
It's walking, isn't it? It's got its own mind.
Hello, John and Joy. I'm watching from Laos in Southeast Asia. Oh, that's where the Laos sapphires come from, isn't it? I'd love to know where else in the world people are watching from.
Ooh.
Oh, Catriona, what a good question. If you're watching abroad, let us know where you're on the web chat.
Yes.
Let us know. Now, is it lovely in Laos? Because I saw a lovely holiday advertised for in Laos. You can meet all the monks and everything like that. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Okay, so I've just pinned this on.
Hannah's saying something, but she switched me off, so I can't hear what she's saying.
Yeah, we won't make any comments on that, will we? So I've just pinned this in place where I want it to be.
Yes.
Okay, and then I'm going to bring up my thread right the way underneath, so that knot's out of the way. And then what we're going to do is a bit of needle turn applique. And what
so you're hand stitching these on?
I'm going to hand stitch these ones. Yeah, I've machine stitched those,
yes.
but I'm going to hand stitch these ones. So what you do, you take your needle and you just sort of stroke that edge underneath.
Right.
And this freezer paper on the top becomes your guide for your shape.
But you don't stitch through the paper, do you? You stitch
No,
through
you
just
don't
through
stitch through the paper. So I'm just going to do a little stitch into the background, like that. And then I'm going to do a little stitch just along the fold.
Is that a running stitch then? What kind of stitch is that?
Oh, well, but people call it differently. I call it a slip stitch. I'm not.
Oh, no, I'd call it a slip
Yeah,
stitch.
that's
So when we came here,
Yeah.
people started to call it a running stitch. And I thought, oh, I've always called that a slip stitch. But,
No.
but if you think it's slip stitch, then so do I.
Well, to me, a running stitch is what we did around the Suffolk puff, where you run in a line.
like a little gathering stitch or
just
something.
run in a line, yeah. So, and we just keep doing this.
Anne in Cheshire's just written it. Oh, Anne's watching from Cheshire. Anne's watching from Cheshire.
Well done.
So we've got Laos and we've got Cheshire so far.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got somebody from California. Oh, Marge, my friend Marge. Yeah, she's watching it. Well, what time? No, she might not be watching now. She usually watches on catch-up on YouTube because it'll be midnight last night, won't it, in California? Oh, thank you, Anne.
So, and all you do, you just keep stroking this under with your needle to...
I'm going to have to go visit your nail lady. They're gorgeous. And not that I could wear nails like that, but they're lovely, aren't they? No, I couldn't.
You could...
And outside of here, I'm very quiet. I'm very
you?
reserved in real life.
Really?
No, not in the office. Outside the place, in the real world.
In the real world.
So you're making this look incredibly easy.
Well, it is easy because you've got your freezer paper as your guide, and you're just literally stroking that fabric underneath so that the fold is on the edge. And if I just peel a little bit off to show you,
oh yes,
you can see how.
So now you didn't iron. Did you iron that to it, or was that just pinned, that one?
No, I ironed it on.
But you've pinned it to
and now
this.
I've pinned it to the
got it. And that's how easy it comes off, because you just showed there it was peeled up like that.
Yeah, and if it's coming off like this when you're stitching, you don't want it to, just take it back to the iron and
now,
heat it up again.
So I'm presuming the waxy side doesn't, because you've done that on the right side of the fabric, doesn't mark your fabric then?
No, not at all. Not at all. There's nothing there at all.
Brilliant. So that's a hand. What was that called? Turn under?
This is needle turn.
Needle
the needle's
turn.
turn in the fabric.
Yes, needle turn.
underneath.
Okay. But there's other ways of doing it.
There's another way. The other way you can do using the freezer paper, again, is to cut out your... Look
at this. It says, message for Joy. I've got 4 boys in my GCSE textile groups, so I'm working on converting them.
Fabulous.
That's Fiona.
Send them to me when you're done with them.
PS. They've also had a T-shirt they've designed and printed, now on sale in Fat Face. Oh, that's good, in Fat Face, raising money for the Fat Face Foundation. She's a very proud teacher,
I
Fiona.
should think so.
You should name the boys.
Yes,
Fiona, name the
them.
boys so we can give them a shout-out.
Yes.
I presume girls did it as well. Hang on, I should say. I don't want to be totally sexist here, but well, or I tell you what, Fiona, give us their class name rather than all of them so we can give them a good shout-out.
Good idea.
Right, sorry, Joy.
So the other way we can do it is, again, to draw and cut out our freezer paper.
Yep.
But this time we press it onto the wrong side of the fabric
Right.
and cut it out roughly.
Right.
Then what we can do then is when we've cut it out, we turn the freezer paper over so the shiny side is sticking out.
Right.
Okay.
So the same piece of freezer paper?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So you can iron it on, draw it out,
Yep.
take it off, flap it over so the shiny side's now sticking
yeah.
up. And then you can press over your hem
So,
all the
so
way
that
around.
shiny side doesn't then ruin your iron? Because if it was Bondaweb, something like that, you'd have...
it'd stick everywhere,
Yeah.
yeah. If you're worried about it, just put your applique pressing sheet on the
Yes.
top. Job done, but no,
Yeah.
it doesn't. So you can iron this down. So now when we put this one on, again, we can slip stitch it down all the way, but we've got our edges already prepared.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
That's the one I think I'd prefer to do. Do you take the paper out, or do you leave the paper in?
No, if you start sewing sort of somewhere on a long
Yes.
side, when you're about, I don't know, half an inch or so away, you can just reach in and pull the paper through.
Wow.
If you forget and you've stitched all the way round, you don't have to undo your stitching. You just go to the back, put a little slit in the background.
Oh, because we're going to be backing it,
pulling
aren't we?
it
Of course,
out, and then you can
Brilliant.
do that. So freezer paper is really useful for doing all these kind of.
Okay, did you use freezer paper to do those leaves, or did you just literally use Bondaweb?
No, those ones was Bondaweb, and they're bonded down, and then I've just machine stitched them round with a bonded
I've got the Bondaweb here. So you cut them out to the size the real size you wanted. You don't need to put a seam allowance on these, do
No,
you?
with Bondaweb, you draw on the Bondaweb,
Yeah.
cut it out roughly, fuse it on the wrong side of your fabric, cut it out exactly, and then fuse it down.
Do you peel the back of the thing off and then you press it down? So before you even stitched those, they were stuck solidly in place, and then you've done like a blanket stitch.
I've just done
machine blanket stitch.
Yeah, it's a machine blanket stitch all the way round.
Okay.
Stitch my little Suffolk puffs where I wanted them.
Right. Did you do that before you did the stalk, or did you do the stalk first?
No, I did the stalk first.
Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise it would
I
have
was
got
going to say, yeah.
got a bit. Yeah, and I've just chosen a fancy stitch on the machine, little stem stitch here.
Okay.
Just to do those.
So that gets us to this stage.
Yeah. The other thing I'll say is if we just compare it to the one in the book, you'll see that the placement's different on here.
Yes.
It's showing you, part way down on each
they've got their leaves further up.
Yeah.
They've got it a bit like
up.
that, how shall I say it? There's a designer who designs fabric and tea towels and bags and things like that, and that's like her logo, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. So I've just changed it around a bit.
Yeah.
I've put these ones...
Can I say I prefer yours?
Oh, thank you. You can say that all the time. So I've done them both slightly differently.
Oh, yes.
So this one I've done in the centres, because you get this sort of circular effect going on.
Yeah, that's nice, actually.
Yeah. And this one I've done coming in...
Isn't it funny, because they're exactly the same, but this one looks bigger because of where the flowers are. Just an optical illusion, and that one looks bigger than that. They're both really lovely. Yeah. So then you've got that. Then what did you do? What happens next?
So once we've got all this done, let's just move that.
Sorry.
No, I just don't want you to...
Got plenty of time. There's no rush.
Don't want you to get stabbed.
No.
Well, we've got to show them all these fabrics as well in a minute. Oh, I can't miss that. So then once you've got to this stage, you cut out your wadding, slightly bigger. Have we got any wadding there? Yeah, warm and white. Yeah.
This is lovely, isn't it? This is the warm and white. Hi, Joy and John. Great show. I haven't done quilting, so I'm looking and learning. Puts me off because I'm nervous of quarter-inch seam. Love, Anne in Devon.
Well, quarter-inch seams don't hurt anybody.
No. But if you're used to dressmaking,
you're
used to having that in case, but quarter-inch does feel very... And also, if you haven't got a sharp needle on your machine, I think you think a quarter-inch is going to get eaten in... I mean, it doesn't when you do it every time you do it, it's fine, but do you know what I mean? It's like you almost think that the quarter-inch is going to get sucked into the machine because it's so little, sort of thing, compared to if you're dressmaking or something like that. Anyway, back to the warm white. Warm and white batting. This is baby size, 45 by 60 inches, £8.95. It's a really, really lovely wadding, that one.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
nice. It's nice.
So what would you... 'Cause the other day, right, they said... They put in one of my shows, they put about 8 different waddings. And I said, I'm not doing that on my own. I want Joy here when I do that. Only because... I don't use it, and I would rather somebody who used it every single day of their life say, right, I'd use this one for this, and this one for this, and this. So we didn't do it in the end, we cut it, sort of thing. But we've only got one today. So let's have a... Where's my glasses? So this one is baby size. It's now, it's that lovely white colour, so if you put it behind any colour, it's not going to show, is it?
You can use all your pale colours with this
Exactly.
one. Yeah.
And then what else is nice about it?
Well, it's cotton.
Cotton fibre, grown and processed in the United States of America.
Yeah.
And it just, what it feels, some of them feel a bit like scratchy, whereas this feels like it's lovely and squidgy.
I've got a piece here.
You got one out, so a piece out there.
Yeah, I've got a piece here. There we go.
Oh, you see, that feels like your favourite vest, doesn't it? No, it does.
Have you been cold lately, John? You're talking about lots of things to make you warm today.
I think I'm feeling a little bit... I might be a bit hungover today.
A bit Gibraltar.
Well, it's not even for the weekend. It's the weekend now. I've been partying a lot in Gibraltar, that's all. So I think today I've kind of gone a bit like that. It seems a shame to be so beautiful because it goes inside, doesn't it? Nobody ever sees it.
No, that's right. But the trouble is, if you use cheap wadding inside your quilt, you can tell by the feel afterwards.
Yes.
So it's worth having a really nice one. And this is a cotton wadding.
Yes.
So,
can you wash this?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
And you don't have to use any particular side any which way, do you? Can you use it?
Right, now this is interesting with
I've opened a can of worms now, have I?
Yeah, because some waddings, if you feel this one, it's got a smooth side and it's got a slightly rough side. Yeah. Okay? So people automatically think that the smooth side is what they want nearest to the top of their quilt. But actually, you should put it the other way.
Oh, OK.
Put the rough side up. Because, now, I don't know if I can...
A bit like you, Joy, rough side up.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
I don't know where that came from. I do apologise. I'll shut up. I think it's going to be a long morning this morning, isn't it?
I feel sorry for the viewers when they've got you on your own for an hour.
Oh, thanks. I might make you come and just stand on the set while
I can do that.
Doreen's watching in...
County Armagh.
Yeah, Loughgall. Did you say it Loughgall? She says good morning. Thank you, Doreen, for letting us know.
Yes, nice.
Loughgall?
Loughgall? I don't know.
It's not in Wales.
No, it's not in Wales.
She's saying, is that in Welsh? So I do apologise, Doreen. Hannah went, well, that's because it's Welsh, John.
No, it's Irish.
It's in Ireland. Oh, honestly. All the gods are against us today, Joy, aren't they? Right, so why would you have...
The rough side up.
The rough side up. Let's get back to that.
I know, I don't know if I can explain this. I normally draw this on the board.
Oh, OK.
So, but we haven't got a whiteboard.
I haven't got a board.
We'll have a go.
Yes.
Basically, when you're stitching... Yeah. If you've got the little bobbly bits underneath, when you're stitching and a needle hits one of those bobbly bits, it can push it through the bottom of your fabric.
Oh, OK.
Whereas if it's the other way up and it hits one, it pushes it into the wadding and doesn't come through, so you get less bearded.
There you go. You see, there's a reason for everything, isn't there? Now, Beverly, Beverly's messaging before. I think she's fantastic. Beverly's registered blind, right? And she sews, but she sews.
Yep.
She was also scared of the quarter-inch seam lengths, but there's no need. Go for it, Anne, says Beverly. Go for it.
Yes, I say so too.
Oh, thank you.
I say so too.
Right.
OK, so we would obviously need to... This isn't quite big enough,
but we'll just...
I just grabbed it. But, so you're going to put your wadding on the top, and then you need your backing piece... Underneath,
which would be there, the other rest of the blue on this one.
Yeah, this one would be the rest of the blue, yeah. Now, what I've done is, rather than stop to put a separate binding on... Right. Because sometimes if you're doing this quick and, quick for a present, we haven't always got time. So I've cut the backing, and then I leave the backing an inch bigger... all the way around.
So if you buy me if you bring me a gift and it's got the backing making the binding,
I did it in a hurry.
Yes. So all of Joy's friends. Yep. So you make the backing. So you make the backing piece bigger.
Yeah, make it bigger. Then when it's quilted, I trim it back to an inch bigger all the way around.
Okay. Now you didn't do much quilting on it, did you? You just did around.
I've only just done just enough to hold it together, really. you know, you could do all sorts of things.
But I think it looks nice. If I was going to, I would literally would do a little bit here, sort of thing, around the pattern, wriggly. But I'd leave the centre. But
you see, I wanted to put another flower in the middle.
Oh, why didn't you?
Well, because if you're going to use it as a table mat or something, it wouldn't work, would it? But yeah, but if you're going to have it for decoration or a little hanger, I would have put another flower in the centre.
Okay, so you fold it, so you cut it to an inch, so you've done all your quilting.
Yeah, it's an inch bigger.
Oh, now
and then
a tip here though.
Yes.
Don't carry on your quilting line beyond
correct.
This.
You remembered. Well
because
done.
It'll show, won't it?
Yep. So only quilt to the edges.
Yes.
You're going to trim the wadding back to exactly the size, but your backing you're going to keep an inch bigger.
Oh, so be careful when you're doing that. Don't just get your rotary cutter out and do it.
No, because then you'll have to put a separate binding on. And then all I do then is put it on, and then you've just got to fold this over. So I'll fold it in half, and then over and stitch it down.
Let me just get the blue fabric, sorry, and we can just show that very quickly, just visually.
Oh, we're getting in a lovely mess today. Let's get one of these out, shall we? Because then I can show you.
Oh, no, you want it that way, I think. This is the shade one I've brought here.
Okay, so if you've got your quilt top on here, and you've got your inch bigger,
I mean, obviously you get rid of the selvage.
Yeah, we would get rid of that. All you need to do is fold it in half, and then fold it over again. Job done. Ready to stitch.
And then that's your stitch line there, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Corners.
Corners. When you get to a corner, find a corner. You can do it one of two ways. You can just literally fold it in half and over like that, and then the same
that way
on this way, which I can't do upside down, but there we go. Okay. And then you've got your square corners. Or if you want to, you can do a bit of fancy folding to get your...
Like a mitered corner.
Get your mitered corner,
Just because I know people will ask.
They will. You're just trying to put me on the spot today. So there you go. So you'd get your mitered corner if you prefer that.
Brilliant. It was just to show. And also somebody once said they want to see what fabrics you also get in the bundle. So this is the shade.
This is shade.
Okay, you need to be aware that we're in single figures already for the shade bundle. Oh, and the 3 people got it in their basket. So if you love it and you want it, just check out now. Now, remember, this is everything that you've got left over after you've done that and some pieces in there as well, haven't you?
Yep.
So these are all... And I love the fact, like I said at the beginning, I love the fact that you get a 6-inch depth. And you get... Because sometimes when you do a jelly roll or design roll, if it's got a big pattern on it, like the birds, like that, or say, for instance, this one, you still get pattern, but you don't actually see what the pattern was, do you? You know what I mean? Love all of these. I love all of these. The thing is that the thing about getting something like this, you get 20 different pieces, and also sometimes you think, well, I wouldn't put that with that, but when they're actually put in a design roll like this for you, you know that they're all going to go beautifully together, don't you? Even though, you know, some people think, oh, I'd never put a zigzag with a spot and things like that, and yet they work beautifully. So they're the leftover fabrics. On the shade. That's the leftover. So Joy made the little quilt that we've done there, and she's used huge pieces of it in here, because that one's shade, isn't it? That one's shade, that one's shade. Yeah. I just think they're beautiful. Now, if you're wondering, should we just quickly, what time is it? Oh, we've got a few minutes. Yeah. Just quickly talk us through, and then I'll get the sunshine ones out. But right, now what it is Joy has made a picture here. Now, I don't know if can you see this on your telly? Right, we'll put it on the Facebook, on the website there. Okay. What Joy's done is she's written all the different sizes of squares and rectangles that she's used. Yeah. If you've got a brilliant, you might be able to see it on your telly, but if you can't, we'll put it on our social media. Are they your sizes there?
Yeah, those are them there.
It might take till tomorrow because there's nobody in. We're just here all on our own today. Just talk me through. I'm not going to take it down, but just talk me through. Okay. How this works. Let's move back. How this actually works.
Okay. So it's sort of made up in strips, in rows across.
Right.
So these were cut at 10.5 by 6 inches, which is the width of our strip. So
Yes.
it's 10.5 inches.
Oh, so all of these are the width of the
Yeah,
strips?
so all of these are our 10.5. I'm going to just check
Yeah.
my sizes as
Yeah,
we
of
go.
course.
I don't want to tell anybody the wrong thing.
No. Also, if you watch on YouTube, if we talk slowly, then you'll be able to watch it later on YouTube.
Do you know,
so these...
Do you know how to talk slowly, John?
Yeah, Joy, off you
Okay,
go.
fine. So the squares then, it's gone off in high dudgeon now. So the squares are 6-inch squares. So we've got 10.5 by 6 inch, and we've got 6-inch squares here. And then all we've done is put some sashing strips in between. So these are cut at 1.5 inches, so that we've got a 1-inch strip. You're back now.
I was only doing folding.
So these come out at 1-inch strips.
Right.
So we cut at 1.5.
Yes, of course.
And then these little green ones are cut at 1.5-inch squares as well.
So the green and the black have come from a stash.
Yes.
That you had at home, so
Yep.
you could use
Yep.
anything there.
Yep.
But I think it's so dramatic, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
all of those fabrics, none of them is more powerful than each other, is it? They all blend so beautifully.
Yeah.
And yet, it's all... It's
Yeah.
just such a beautiful dramatic... Now, as you say, some of these are sunshine,
Yeah.
and some of
These
them are
are
shade. So if
sunshine.
you're
Yeah.
only going to get
These are
one
shade.
of them. But
Yeah.
this is all made from the leftovers
Yeah.
after making that. Then you had all of this left over on top of that.
That's right.
So getting those bundles,
Yeah.
getting the... Oh, you want to see the shade one again? The shade... This is...
Shall I do the shade?
Right, no, we'll just...
Okay,
If you
just
show what you're getting is you're getting the half a metre of the blue, the silver grey thread, and the design roll there. And then that's the shade. And then in the sunshine, right, there's only 5 of those left. There's only 5 bundles left of the shade.
Those as well.
And then these are the sunshine colours. So it depends what you're looking for, really, doesn't it? I mean, if you don't want both, or you can't afford both, I mean, you know, I understand it's a considered purchase, but you're getting lovely, lovely fabrics. Just decide which one you want, and then you have all... So Joy had all of this left over after creating the yellow mini quilt, and I think the colours in here are exquisite, aren't they? Oh, I've missed that one.
Oh, don't miss one.
Look, see the vibrancy of colour. They're absolutely beautiful, aren't they? So all of these, I mean, there's loads. It's like you said, how many?
Yes.
You had 3 metres, did you say, of fabric when you start?
Yeah, it's 26-inch strips, which is about 3 metres of fabric.
3 metres of fabric.
So, you know, you can make... You could do one of those, but big enough for, you know, a single bed probably.
Yes,
Out of
one of
these.
those.
Yeah, yeah.
You see, it's fun. And that is, I love... When we look through the book there, when you've got black behind, sometimes it makes the colours... I mean, some people don't want this. Some people love that blending and everything. But that, like a black opal, where the colours pop out because you've got the black background, they are so staggeringly beautiful. And that one up there, I've never really... That's never been one of my favourites in the past. But put it on black...
Yes.
And it suddenly becomes... It shows how it's completely different, doesn't it?
The little green squares are plain kiwi.
Oh, OK, so they're from us
So
anyway.
if
What were you doing keeping that, then?
I just had a little scrap left over.
Right, OK, we got a question on email about this. Yeah, OK. Right, OK, did you use a quilting foot, or did you change your foot at any point while you were making this?
Yes, I used an open-toed applique foot, embroidery foot, sometimes I call it things, to do the blanket stitch.
But you can just use your normal...
But you could use your normal
foot. Yes.
if you want to.
Yeah.
And then again, as long as you've got the wide opening in your foot for your needle to swing, you can use that on.
But if your machine does these stitches, it should have it, shouldn't it?
It'll advise you on there what foot to use. And then I just put a walking foot on to do the actual quilting and to stitch the binding down.
And you had your 1/4 inch foot on
and the
when you were doing the original thing.
So yes, people get very, very worried about changing feet and stuff like that, but just keep changing them all the time. It takes seconds to do.
So Sue, don't worry. Was it Sue? Did you say? Don't worry about it.
No, don't
Julie
worry.
in Greater London says, "Good morning, John. How lovely to see you both again. I had to phone customer service on Friday, and Ricky was brilliant. Oh, Julie's watching in Staines on Thames because you changed the name, didn't you? Because I used to go on Staines a lot because I lived in Twickenham, and then they changed it to Staines on Thames to make it sound posh.
It is posh.
No, I know that. She didn't write Stains on Thames. I've added that.
It's made
she
it
just
up.
put No, I haven't made it. It's true. It's a true story. It's where Ali G comes from, Stains, isn't it? Me Julie. Little quilts and gifts from Jelly Rolls. Now this, if you're asking about the pattern of this, you won't need to look at social media later because it's in the book. If you want to get the book, £12.95. Oh, okay. Now, just so you know, Hannah's saying there's lots of messages. Some we might not read out. Some she might push into the next hour because we obviously don't want to stop during... Because it's just me on my own in the next hour. So you'll be bored. So we'll read out some messages in the next hour. But so we do apologise if we don't read them all out. Hannah says we've got loads. Oh, well, actually, all of you who are telling me where you're watching from, we'll do those in the next hour.
Great.
Hannah won't like that because she'll be doing graphics and having to read out. But this book... I have to say, this book is just adorable. £12, because you can either get with jelly rolls or fabrics that you've got left over, so you don't have to have a jelly roll to make it. You don't have to, you know what I mean? That you can just from your stash, under the stairs, wherever you keep it, then you can get them out. And what I do love is the fact that there's quilts, but there's also gifts in here as well. Really, really lovely gifts. Now, are you coming back in an hour's time?
I am.
What do you make? Oh... You're making a jousting top, aren't you?
A jousting top. Well, that's what Jay's called it.
Yeah, exactly.
I call it a quilt.
Yeah. But you've done a quilt block taken from... It's your own inspiration, isn't it? So it's a Joy quilt block that she's made from her inspiration. I'll let Joy explain it all to you when she comes back in an hour's time, but it's all from a TV show that she used to watch and everything. Thank you ever so much.
Welcome.
For now, I'm just going to go over and go through the bundles in the book again.
Good
but
idea.
We'll see you and your nails.
Yeah.
We'll see you and your nails in an hour's time. Thank you, Joy. It's always so lovely, isn't it, having Joy on? Right, you can go now. Stop listening to all the compliments, Joy. 2 bundles. Which one do you want to do first? Shade first. This is, I mean, if you think about it, £58.95, look what you're getting. You're getting 26-inch pieces, almost 3 metres. Right, we're down to 4 of these now. I've only got 4 of these left now. You also get ½ metre of the blue fabric, the baby blue, and you get the silver grey thread. But the thing is, this is what it's all about, isn't it? £58.95. Be careful if you've got that in your basket, because people will miss out. So, oh, that's the only one. OK, we're going then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love. Did you know there are multiple ways you can contact us, even if it's just to ask a question? Our friendly team are always on standby. You can call our customer service team at 0800 112 4433, email us at help@sewingquarter.com, visit our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter @SewingQuarter, and even message us through our website, and our presenters will answer your questions live on air.
So I'm going to be showing you how to do an ease stitch. It's very similar to our running stitch here, but the purpose of it would be different. So I've kind of mocked the head of a sleeve here. 9 times out of 10 you will have to ease the top section of your sleeve. So this is the stitch that you would do that with if you were going to do it with hand. So I'm going to use the embroidery thread. I've just popped a knot on the end again just so it doesn't pull through. Normally you wouldn't do it with embroidery thread. So on your sleeve, normally these sections will need to be kept as they are because it's only this section here that we need to be working with. So I'm going to be doing a running stitch quite close to the edge of the fabric. I'm just going to do the quick method here where you're pulling the needle through the fabric while keeping it on the same needle. So I'm going to stop there and then pull that all the way through like so. So you can see that I've got just that section sewn there, and then as I begin to pull you can see that I'm easing the head of my sleeve in. So when that is stitched, these curves should disappear. They shouldn't be there because you've eased the bigger section into a smaller section on the clothing. So that's easing.
Tilly
Rose returns to our studio on Tuesday the 1st of August with 2 inspirational hours using Threads printable fabric. With Threads, the creative possibilities are endless, as you can print any image onto fabric from your home printer. And textile artist Tilly is here to offer a little inspiration. She'll show us how to enhance your printed images with machine embroidery to create beautiful effects. And she'll also demonstrate how to make a personalised quilted photo album cover. So, join us for Threads with Tilly Rose, Tuesday the 1st of August at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
When you spend £10 on your first purchase, you will receive this free sewing kit from the Sewing Quarter worth £14.99.
Don't forget, shopping with us is easy and simple. You can just contact us at 0800 112 4433 and speak to our UK-based call centre to place an order, or shop online with us at www.sewingquarter.com.
Hello, my name's John Scott. Now, you may not have wanted to buy the bundles from the last one because you're thinking, oh, do you know what? I love Kaffe Fassett. I just want to buy the fabric, the pre-cuts. Well, this hour is the hour for you. I've got charm packs, I've got hexes, I've got design rolls, I've got a brand spanking new fat quarter bundle, I've got a gorgeous, gorgeous fat quarter bundle. In fact, I've got lots of lovely, lovely things to show you. But actually, do you know what I might do is before I start, I'll get Jay to hand in some pieces that have already been made. Well, first of all, cathedral windows. Cathedral windows, that is all the Kaffe Fassett fabric that you're going to be seeing today, made into cathedral windows. Beautiful, I'll just step out of the way. Beautiful, isn't it? Then we've got a cushion here. These are just things you can make out of the fabrics I'm going to be showing you today. That's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, obviously the quilt on the wall was made by Joe Avery. This cushion was made by, I think it was, I'm going to sneeze. Bless you. I think wasn't that Victoria Peat, that one? This one was definitely Victoria Peat, wasn't it? This is Hannah's favourite cushion. Because what she's done, she's used our Spectrum Solids across the top here, but she's used the Kaffe as the little plant pots there. And then I've got this lovely quilt. Oh, thank you, Jane. This is made of the neutral design roll that I'm going to be showing you in a second. That's lovely, isn't it? Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. Actually, let me just hand these back to Jay so I don't get a messed up table. There you go, Jay. And there you go, Jay. Thank you. Well, I was going to try and put that here somewhere because I think that's good. Oh, hello. Does that work? Does that work? I love that. Who made that one? That's lovely. Was that a Lucy one? It's got cross-hatching on that one and everything. Then I know Lucy made these. No. Oh, did she? Did she? Oh, we think Angie made those. Lucy's made something like that. No, I'm getting confused. Lucy made the Hexy quilt, which we can't find, actually. Oh, these are cute. Are they from what we're doing today? No, Jay, they're not. No, they're not. Jay. They're lovely as well, aren't they? Pat, what's your earrings? I've got nowhere. I'll give those to Jay because I've got nowhere. Thank you, Jay. I've got nowhere to hang those up. So, right. Shall we start? Shall we start? Where? Where do we start? Neutral design roll. Right now, let me get the quilt back. No, it's fine, it's fine. That's why it's good that it's there, you see, so I can just get it. I'm not going to open this, obviously not going to open this, because once you open a design roll, that's it, you'll never get it closed again. But look at all the gorgeous fabrics. Look at all these beautiful fabrics in here. We'll just go upstairs. There, look. Aren't they just beautiful? Now, obviously, this fabric around the edge isn't in it. This fabric around the edge here, that's our spot on in bright red, right? But everything that you see in here is in this design roll. Everything you see in this quilt is in this design roll. It's £42.95. They're all 2.5 metres in width. You get 30 pieces in there. Love the colours. It's called neutral. No, exactly. What Hannah's saying is she saw this on a shop shelf. She go, oh, but that's a bit brown. But look, and brown might be your thing, you see. You might love brown, but it's anything but brown, isn't it? Oh, I was going to pick it up then. I love, because you've got the sands of time in there, you've got the lovely Chinese chrysanthemums, you've got the pansies there, you've got, and really, really lovely, isn't it? I just think, and cabbage leaves there, carnations there. I just think it's, no, I know about flowers. Flowers. I don't know what they are. Psychedelic flowers they are. Yeah. Anyway, that's beautiful, and that's all made from this. We love it. And it's called neutral. It's nothing, it's anything but neutral, isn't it? Anything but neutral. So, that's that design. Well, I'm supposed to be going through things quickly, and then I got carried away with that one, didn't I? I got a bit carried away. Look at the other design roll now. Other one, this red one here. Now, have I got that one open, please, Jay? He's nodding. He's just standing there going, yes, you have, John. He's just getting it for me now. Again, it's a beautiful design roll. Kaffe Fassett, thank you. Right, now, in this roll here, you get these beautiful fabrics. Really, really gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, a lot of people go, oh, you don't put orange together, orange and pink and red together. Oh, no, thanks, they work. I love them. They work so well. Now, this is the Sands of Time one that you see in the neutral, but in a different colourway. You'll recognise a lot of the fabrics. They're all traditionally, oh, that's a repeat, that one. Traditionally Kaffe classics, aren't they? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fabrics. And remember, what you should do today is get your Kaffe Fassett fabric, and then when he's in, because he's coming to the channel, isn't he, in August? Is it the 10th, 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock on the 10th of August? He'll be here with Natasha, on air with Natasha, where you can ask him questions and everything about the fabric you've already got. So buy your fabric today and then talk to him about it on the 10th of August. Cool, I tell you what, I bet the message, is it you? Is it little Paul producing or you, that one, Hannah? It'll be so busy with messages, won't it, that one? This is my favourite. This one's my, that one there's my favourite. Zigzag. Look at all these different fabrics you get in here. They're just beautiful, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous. Look, you see all the flat. Oh, now this is nice. Look, aren't they lovely? I haven't finished yet. There's more. There's the ovoid in red. Oh, sorry. I've got completely carried away. I'm supposed to be going through everything really quickly, aren't I? I'm being all artistic. Never mind. You don't mind, do you? I'm indulging myself in all these beautiful fabrics. There's that zigzaggy one not out. No, I've got that one. So, all those beautiful fabrics, $42.95. You get two of most. I think you get two of all of them, actually. Let me just have a look. How many pieces did I say? Watching from the borders in Scotland. Love Joy's demos and John's chats. Thank you, Sheila, my love. 30 pieces you get in here. 30 pieces. So maybe you don't get two of everything. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, yes, you do. You get two of everything. So there they all are, and you get two of all of them. Nice, aren't they? I love that. So imagine if you made that quilt that you just saw there at the neutral out of the red. Be nice, wouldn't it? That's the Kaffe Fassett red design roll. I'll just tidy that one up. There's going to be a lot of tidying up this hour, isn't there? Right, okay, so let me fold that one up, move that one there. That goes over there in the John Scott Fabric store. Now, what's next? Oh, that's a nightmare. Hannah says I can do whatever I want. This. Oh, no, not that. So Hannah said, pick whatever you want. And I said, this one. And she went, oh, okay. Say it again. Yes. Now, I know, you know, this is a 10-inch layer cake. They call it a charm pack, so we have to call it a charm pack. This is brilliant. I think this is brilliant. You get 42 pieces of fabric, 10-inch squares for $49.95. So this is the same. I've got this open so I can show you this. This is the same colourway that if you want. Oh, well, I don't know how many were left of the show from earlier. 3 or 4 left, weren't there? Look at these gorgeous colours. And this way you get a 10-inch square of them. Now, I'll double check, but I don't think you get 2 of everything in this one. I think there's an even bigger array of fabrics. But we'll have a look as we go through it now. I just think you get 2 of those, you see. Oh, and Paul, now, Hannah loves this one. She thinks this one here is what mermaids wear when they go out on a Saturday night. I love the bird's design, I love. Then we've got the bunting there, and then, oh, you get 2 of those. And then little Paul adores, ready? He loves the can-can dances. Now, Director Mike is saying he'd make a dinosaur out of the bunting fabric. That'd be nice. There's the birds again in the different colourway. Oh, that's nice. That's fresh, isn't it? I love the attention to detail in all of these. Look, I know, aren't they gorgeous? There's so many of them. Here's the birds again in like the lilac. You get 2 of those. I just think these are fabulous because you can get so much detail in the 10-inch square, can't you? So that. I mean, we've got the fabric. We've got the smaller charm pack coming later. But you can get same fabrics, but you get a completely different effect from it. I mean, look, disco pebbles there. These are my names for them, obviously. Zigzag. Now, that has to be called zigzag, doesn't it? But then look at the attention to detail in that one there. I mean, it's just psychedelia coming up next. This is that shade. That's what? Oh, seaside rock. I see what you mean now. I was thinking she meant pebbles, and I was like, it's like seaside rock when you cut through it and it says Hannah. Or Blackpool. There's that one in the paler colours. Then suddenly there's like a William Morris-esque fabric in there. Look, you get 2 of those. Nice. I love. Here's the cabbage fabric in a different colourway. Then, of course, you just get traditional polka dot. Lovely big polka dot in there. Can't go wrong with polka dot. Now, remember when we did the cave quilt? That was the bigger version of that was the backing. Do you remember? Then here's the one from that Joy's design roll earlier that she put in the big paint picture behind me, calling it a painting. Then we've got that lovely rich blue there. And then this is beautiful. This is exquisite. So you get that. I mean, all of this for £49.95. I love it. Look at all that. Oof. So they're 10-inch squares. 10-inch squares, you get 42 of them. Look at all the colours in there. That is shade, right? That's the shade collection. Bonada, I'm watching from the Isle of Anglesey, which is over the beautiful Menai Straits. Lovely programme as usual. Thanks, Anne. And I know I used to go on drama courses in in the Menai Centre. Do you know it? I only went there twice. I went there twice as a student and 3 times as a teacher. It was over the summer holiday. In fact, it'd been about now. We used to go at the beginning of August into September. Anyway. Oh, excuse me. See the cank. Oh, no, they're both stripy. That's like one of those old-fashioned Victorian peep shows. Oh! One's got different... there you go. One's got spots. Oh, anyway. They're beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love that. Right, so you want to see the same colourway in the smaller charm pack now? No, right, that's here. I haven't got an open one of these anyway. So same fabric, same fabrics, but in the 5-inch square. Yeah, you know, it's same fabrics, but you think of a different project, don't you? Same fabrics, but different project. This one you get 42 of these, and they're 5-inch squares for £20.95. Same colourway, I should have left that out, shouldn't I? Same colourway as the one I've just shown you, but 5-inch squares. You see, little Paul, when he sees fabric like that, he says you just sew them all together and just make a quilt. But you could use those 5-inch squares. You know the one that Joy made with the black in between earlier? If you use the 5-inch squares for those, they'd be ideal, wouldn't they? I've got a picture from a customer. Gerardine. Oh. They're lovely, aren't they? Are they 4 cushions or are they sitting on a mirror? Four cushions and a pin cushion. They're lovely, Gerardine. Now, she's used the hexes, which, funnily enough, Gerardine, are next. Everything she used was from Sewing Quarter, apart from the sewing machine. And that was her first attempt at paper piecing. Blimey, that was a good first attempt, wasn't it? Obviously, it went well if you made 4 of them. Here we go. This is the hexie in the shade. Now, again, I'll show you. Well, you just saw Gerardine's cushions then. But, again, 42 pieces for £20.95. Now, let me just show you this, right? Because I can show you some of these. This is a completely different look again, isn't it? Because if you think about, well, it depends if you put them all together like this, or like Gerardine, you mix and match them with another solid fabric. I won't put all 42 out, but just look at how different they look like this. Yes, so I've just done that, right? Now, Gerardine's put hers with white. Imagine if you put that with black. Now, we have got somewhere in the building, there is a quilt that Lucy made. Wendy, if you know where it is, can you let me know? Apparently Wendy was last seen with it, you see. She'll be watching, 9:15 on Sunday morning. And she used these hexes and the sunshine hexes in a beautiful quilt that she did. But imagine, on black or on white, they're going to look completely different, aren't they? I was going to try and find you something with white and with black behind it, but I can't now. I like that. I like that because it's chaotic. But if you bought the Denise Schmidt, if you've bought the Denise Schmidt plain, what you could do, I'll just take that one out, is you could put a plain one in the middle there. You could then put the Kaffe ones going like that. Then you put the plain ones in the next circle. Then another circle of the Kaffe. They're lovely, aren't they? I love that. Look. Beautiful. Oh, now this one's flying out. This one is absolutely flying out the hexie. Oh, no. Right, it's only 15:15 and we're down to 9 of these already. You're loving this one. I'll just show you a few more and then I'll put it away. You see, because you've got, look, zigzags, birds in lilac. Don't they all work so beautifully together? Oh, that's nice. I've lost my original. There it is. Doesn't it? They look so, what Hannah's saying is she knows, her brain knows that it's the same fabric as in the 10-inch layer cake, but it's saying something completely different to her. Say that again. The William Morrissey one. Completely different, yeah. Yeah. I'm getting carried away now. I can see why this would be addictive, you know what I mean? Because you then, what Lucy says is she places all of hers and then spend hours and hours moving them around. That is quite chaotic, isn't it? But it's beautiful, beautiful chaos. Hello, John, I've made 3 tote bags out of the shade 5-inch squares. Hope you've had a good break, though we missed you. Oh, Leslie, thank you. I had a lovely time, but I've come back more tired. They always do. When I was just saying to Joy, sitting around in the airport for hours and being in the boiling hot sun. I only sat by the pool for 2 hours on Thursday afternoon, and I've got a burn line like that. Well, doesn't go right the way down. I had my swimming trunks on, obviously. No, I had my swimming trunks on. Derek was there. Derek with the upside down ears was there. And is he in next week? Oh, on Sunday, 2 weeks. What we could call it? Not Derek. When I'm at Festival of Quilts, obviously I can't do the show on the Sunday, so Derek must be in here on the 13th, Sunday the 13th of August. Oh, I'm busy doing this, right? There's only 5 left, and what? Right, there's 5 left. 3 people have got it in the basket, so if they check out, there'll be 2 left. Right, the charm pack you're all right with at the moment down there, the 5-inch charm pack you're all right, but this is going to sell out, this one. After I've sat and done all that beautiful design for you, which I'll now have to put away. But look, you see? I think that's gorgeous. I haven't even opened the sunshine one yet, have I? Yeah. Hold on, let me just put the last one of those out. Right. All I can say to you is check out your baskets. Check out your basket. Oh, there's more. I've forgotten to put these out. Linda. Oh, Linda, there's no picture attached. There's no picture. She got all excited to see it. Hannah got all excited to see it. And then there was no picture attached. So just check that you added your picture, my love. That was Linda. Oh, there we go. Finished my hexy quilt. There you go. Isn't that lovely? That's all of them. That's all of them. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? £20.95 for all of that? Love, love, love that. Isn't it beautiful? So remember, get your fabric today. Buy your fabric today, and then you can always send a question in for Kaffe when he's in on the 8th, 10th. Hang on. 8th, isn't he in? Or 10th? 10th. At 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Sorry, I'm getting confused. 10th, yeah. Let me put that on. Oh, Yvonne has sent in a picture. Oh, Yvonne, that's nice. Right. These are 5-inch squares. Oh, okay. Basically, she couldn't get the 10-inch squares, so she got the 5-inch squares. Was a bit disappointed because she thought she wanted the 10-inch squares, but she put the 5-inch squares together and she absolutely loves it. I'm not surprised. Thank you for that. They're lovely. I love the purple. Is it purple it's on? Nice. And I like, you see, what you've done is you just put them all together. You've just put them all together and they look beautiful, don't they? Look. Chaos, beautiful chaos. There's the fans that Hannah loves so much. The mermaid going out on a Saturday night. Okay, that's the 5-inch charm pack. Right, now, shall we look at sunshine? Shall we start with the hexes of the sunshine then? So this is what yours will look like when it's arrived. This is the hexy sunshine. Oh. Right, I'm going to have to be very careful. There's only 2 of these left. Oh, sorry. Let me say that again. Sorry. Let me say this again. The shade one that I just showed you, there are only 2 left. We're all right for this one. Sorry, I thought it was a bit odd that we were showing you with only 2. This one's fine at the moment, but you just saw how quickly the shade one went. I'll do the same with this. This is the first time we've done sunshine today, isn't it? Yeah, because we haven't done any other sunshine ones. Sunshine on a rainy day makes me something. I don't know what the words. What's the words? Sunshine on a rainy day. Make me. Oh, little Mike doesn't know. Does Big Mike know? Don't breathe down your microphone like that at me. I don't think I'm that much older than you, Mike, am I? I think in the hierarchy of things, I'm the oldest. No, obviously, Natasha's the oldest. Then me. Then Ginger Mike, I'd say. It's nice in the pink shells, isn't it? I don't really class him as working here. More of a consultant. That's nice, isn't it, that one there? I like the way she's just got it. Obviously, the way they're cut, yours won't be cut identically to this, so don't be looking for the yellow one with their head just poking in like that. These are lovely colours, aren't they? Beautiful. Summertime, and the living is easy. Oh, now what's that one? I don't reckon. Oh, hang on. What's that one? I've not seen. I don't know if we'll open out the others later. The colours are just exquisite, aren't they? Oh, Cheryl's at the caravan in Filey. Is it nice, Cheryl? Is the weather nice? I've got a friend that goes to Filey all the time. Oh, no, it's because her mum and dad used to live there, and she's got their house. Barbara, what? Barbara sent an email in. Hello, sunshine. Oh, Barbara, I don't know when we're getting the ironing pad back, I'm afraid. Oh, she's watching from the edge of her bed in Suffolk. We asked, didn't we, in the last hour, where are you watching? Because Laos Sapphire, no, not Laos Sapphire. We had a lady watching from Laos. Catriona, I think that was, wasn't it? And now, since then, we've had lots of people messaging where they're watching from. Oh, Catriona says it's very humid in Laos at the moment. I imagine it would be. It was very humid in blooming Gibraltar. That what? Oh, now, I've upset Ginger Mike, because he's now listing everybody in the building who's older than he is. The thing is, little Paul is quite old, but you don't think of him as being old. He behaves like a little old man, but then he also looks like a child, doesn't he? So it's kind of a contradiction. Barbara, if you're watching, I hope you're not offended. Barbara's his mum. I'm meeting her at the Festival of Quilts as well. Oh, sorry, that didn't sound like I was excited. I'm really excited to meet her. I think Paul's worried what I might say to her. Lynette, cheese, is it Emmental? Oh, yes, it could be Emmental. The cheese with the big, yellow cheese with the big holes in it. She's watching in Hollywood, Birmingham. I must pass you on the way in, Lynette, because I passed the big roundabout saying Hollywood. I don't know if I've been... Don't you see it when you come to the Maypole roundabout? Isn't that where you see the sign? Isn't it Hollywood? I saw that the first time I was here. I was like, oh, I'm back in Hollywood. Anyway, thank you for that, Lynette. Okay, loads. These are flying out, as we expected. How many have we got left? We're all right at the moment. Oh, well, more than a third of the stock's gone. But we had a lot of these, but more than a third of the stock has gone already. I'm not surprised. The thing is, I mean, look at them. Aren't they just adorable? The colours are fantastic, aren't they? They're the sunshine. They're 4.75 inches, 12 centimetres, hexagons. 42 of them for £20 and 95 pence. Lots of you got them in your basket. Make sure you check out. Oh, right, hang on. I just have to fold this one up. I could do with a viewer picture while I'm folding up, couldn't I? If you've got any picture... Oh, has what's name's arrived yet? No. Oh, actually, if you want to send in a picture... if you want to send a picture, this is how you can send it. It's the only way to get a picture to me, studio@sewingquarter.com. Studio@sewingquarter.com. You can send messages there, but it is the only way to get a picture to me as well. Right, okay. So that's that. So we're now going to go on to the Sunshine Charm Pack, yeah? Make sure I pick the right one up. Yep. Look. Same fabrics I've just shown you now, but in the 5-inch squares. See, aren't they brilliant prices? Kaffe Fassett for £20 and 95 pence. People are popping in their basket already. These are 5-inch squares. You get 42 of them. Now, it's 5 inches to the top of the pinking, not the bottom of the pinking. So you're not losing a quarter of an inch or an eighth of an inch with that pinking. £20 and 95 pence. Lovely, aren't they? Look. Same fabrics you've just seen. Okay, just to warn you that the shade of the charm pack here, more than half the stock of those have gone already. More than half of that stock's gone already. The hexagons and the 5-inch charm packs, very, very popular. So this is Sunshine, the one here. And right, sorry. So this here is Sunshine. And this one here is Shade, the one at the bottom there. So please be careful. Please be careful as you check out your basket. Now, I've also got Sunshine in the 10-inch square. I've got books to show you. Yes, I'm busy sitting here waffling away. And I know, I'm coming to that. Coming to that. Oh. Right, this should have writing on it. Where's the writing gone? Oh. No? Oh, it's meant to have 2 on it, look. Right. Ignore that because it makes no difference to the fabric. Now, how many of these have I got? Where's the cross bit? Oh, just showing J, everybody. Right. Oh, look! I will do a bit of... How much is this then, please? $49.95. Now, remember, you get 42... You get 42 10-inch squares now. Now, before we go any further, I just must explain Jay's on camera for a little while, so anything could happen now. But we're on the upstairs camera at the moment, so we're all right. Oh, look at that one. Love that one. Oh, you get 2 of those. Then remember this one here, the fossils one from Joy's wall art earlier. Are we ready? Little Paul giggles when I do that. Spots. Then look at this beautiful floral. I mean, they're just stunning. The birds in the red as well. Oh, I love the can-can dancers in yellow. Vibrant. Hello, John. Loving, come off holiday to what? Oh, loving, come off holiday to... Oh, she's come off holiday to watch you. Hope Jay's looking after you. Love, Danny. Why is she logged in as Jay, then? He's useless today again. Oh, I can't tell you, Danny. You've got to... It's because you're giving him breakfast in bed in the mornings. He comes in here thinking we're all going to treat him the same. He loved his croissant this morning anyway, he's told us. Look at the seashells. She sells seashells on the seashore. So obviously this one here, this is what I'm showing you here. That down there are the hexes, but in the same colourway. Look at these. Ooh. I mean, it's like Hannah says. Wait, so you can't hear her. Same fabrics, but you're going to do completely different. Look at this one. Look at that one. It's completely different projects, aren't they? I'd like sheets made out of. I mean, you couldn't. But I love these Well, do you know what? They must do it because did you see the width? When we did that, you know the backing of that quilt we did in that flower, that was wide enough for a double duvet, so they must sell fabric that wide, mustn't they? Look, these are just gorgeous. I could sit doing this all day. Oh, here's that one we hadn't seen before coming up next. No. Look. Very dramatic bunting one coming up there. Now, your dinosaur would look lovely in that, Michael. Maureen. Is a hexagon measured side to side or point to point? Great show, love, Maureen. Do you know what, Maureen? I don't know. I'll have a look for you now. Very good question. I'll just finish draping. No, I'm not draping, am I? I'm, what am I doing? Placing. That doesn't sound, arranging, that's a good word. Right, okay, yeah. Right, so Maureen wanted to know. Right, Maureen, side to side or point to point? Right, so they said they were 4.75 inches, didn't they? So let's have a look. Oh, good question, Maureen. It's point to point. Look. It's point to point, because side to side this way, it's 4 1/4, but point to point, it's 4 3/4. And that, if any dressmakers are watching, I don't mean point to point as in a dressmaking way, I mean top to bottom there. Thank you for that question, Maureen, because I wouldn't have even, I just presumed it was the other way around. Good question. Right. Layer cake charm pack in the sunshine. Oh! Right, loads and loads you got this in your basket. Don't blame you, but I would check out in case you miss out. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. There, I mean, just look at that. I mean, imagine if you just turned your telly on one Sunday morning and that was on the screen. Do you know what I mean? It's beautiful, isn't it? I'll just fold these ones up. Apparently there's a message coming through from Sandy and James. Not arrived yet. Morning, Sandy and James. Oh, I got their first order of the charm pack. Going to make a bag with them. Oh, lovely. The thing is, when you get these fabrics home, you're going to realise how exquisite and how beautiful they are. You might just want to do this all day and put them out on the table. Nice. Really nice. Hannah would just make... Hannah, you know what you could use these for? You could make a cover for Bowie's cage. And then when he's gone to bed, you've got a beautiful artwork in your sitting room. In the shape of a budgie cage. We could maybe you could make it a different shape. And so it looks like the Taj Mahal, and it just fits over the budgie cage, maybe. Hannah says she's not as eccentric as we think she is. She's got different coloured hair this week. I was going to say, it's not natural, that colour. She says, I've gone back to my proper colour. It's the colour she had years and years ago. It's a kind, well, actually, wouldn't be far off that, would it? That there. It's nice. No, it looks lovely. Looks really nice. Right, so that's that. Right, now I've got, what do I show you first? I've got two. Now, they're a considered purchase. They are a considered purchase, both of these. But I think so worth it, so worth it. I've got fat quarter bundles, and I've got them in the sunshine, and I've got them in the shade. The sunshine you've seen before. The shade has never been on air before. It's never been aired before. Okay, so this is the sunshine, which you've seen, but look at that. Look at that. Oh, the camera's wobbling, Michael. They're incredible, aren't they? Look at all these. Now, I might do. These are all you get in there. These are all the ones you get. And this is the sunshine, remember. You're getting a fat quarter, which is, is a quarter of a yard or a metre, depending on whether they were cut in America or Europe, of all the fabrics. How many did you get? 33. 33 pieces you get there. So let's just work that. What's 4 into 33? 9 4s are 36. 8 4s are 32. 8! There's that 8 metres of fabric you got in there. You got 8 metres of Kaffe Fassett fabric in there. Oh, yes, because that's 1 metre. That's 1 metre of fabric. If you think, let me show you. Because what they do with a fat quarter is they take a metre like that, they cut it there, and they cut it there. So it's obviously 42 inches wide. So there should be a selvage on there. There's a selvage that side. Oh, actually, the selvages might all not match, but... So look, right? So you get that there. That one goes there. So this makes up a metre of fabric. Not going to be enough room on the table, look. So you get 8 of those. Look. You see, that's 4 of the 33 pieces. That's a lot of Kaffe Fassett fabric. Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine what you're going to make out of this? You see, look at the dark. You really see the dancing girl fabric. I mean, all the fabrics, but you really, really get to see. Look at that. Look at, they've all got different faces. Oh, look at that one. She's not happy, is she? That one. That one's sleepy. That one's bored. And there's the crazy one in the middle there. I think they're brilliant. Different coloured knickers, look, and everything. Oh, in fact, as one got... Oh, no, they've all got the right legs going in the right direction. Different coloured shoes. They've all got different coloured shoes as well. Oh, my friend Sheila, you know Sheila, the model on Paver's shoes? She wasn't a can-can dancer, but she was one of those, like a Miss Bluebell dancer in the Lido in Paris when she was 16. Long time ago, because she's ancient now. Sure. Oh, I've got a picture of these, so let me put them on. Oh, look. I wonder, is that one in the middle, or is it sitting on a table with a pattern? Is that okay? Which one is it, though, that one in the middle? Anyway, there they all are, found out 142. Now, I understand it's considered purchase. We get just over 8 metres of fabric. Oh, just beautiful. So, now you have seen that before. If you've been watching the show before, you have seen that one before. That's the sunshine. Now. Da, 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 da. Oh, there we go. A bit delayed, Michael. All the look. All the beautiful shade fabrics. Oh, we don't. Oh, we haven't got a fanned out picture of this one, I'm afraid. So this is it. But it's all the same fabrics that you've seen in all of these, in all the charm packs, the layer cakes, the hexes. 142.95. Now, I don't have many of these. I've less. Is it less than 10? Is it less than 10 I've got? Yeah, less than 10 of these I've got. First time it's ever been on air. Imagine what you could make out of that. Well, how many metres did I say? 8 metres. Imagine the quilt top you're going to be able to make out of that. Imagine the gorgeous quilt top you're going to be able to make. How many? Oh, okay. So I've just told you there's less than 10. More than 10 of you have put it in your basket, so people are going to miss out. People will miss out. You do need to check out. If you definitely want that, please check out. It's a premiere. It's never been seen before. There's over 8 metres of fabric in there. Can I tell you then? You've all started checking out. I need to tell you now, this is urgent. I'm down to 3 already. I'm down to 3 already. And more than 3 of you have got it in your basket. Right, okay. A lot more than 3 people have got it in their basket. So what's going to happen is the first 3 people to check out, they'll say, congratulations, you got it. The other people after that will get, sorry, we've sold out. Please, if you want it, I'm not adding any undue pressure. I promise. Just telling you. Now, I've got loads of books to go through yet. I'm not going to have time, I'm actually more. But anyway, we'll have a good go. Please check that out. Right, what I'll do is I'll go over and do books, but Hannah will be updating me on baskets. There might be a bit of running backwards and forwards between the tables in a minute. Okay? So I'm going over to the table now because all the books are over there. I might have to keep running back here to get messages and to tell you about the update of what we've got fabric-wise. Okay, right. I'm going to start with that one, actually, if that's all right, and then go on to Kaffe. Is it all right? Right, in the last hour, I promise I'll go through all the Kaffe books in a minute. In fact, I'm going to make them like this. I want all of these. I think these would look gorgeous on a bookshelf. Hang on, let me just work this out. Yeah, that one goes there, and then that one goes there. That's it. I'd like all of those on my bookshelf or on a coffee table. Anyway, in the last hour, we had what we call a dessert roll, which is a 6-inch design roll in the Kaffe Fassett. This is a book, right, that only came in the other day. It's never, ever, ever been on air before. So if you bought... Because remember the project that Joy did used a minuscule amount of it, right? Oh, this is by Pam. This is by Patchwork Pam. Oh, lovely Patch. She's a friend of Rachel the Ruler's, right? And look, and she's lovely. She's so gorgeous. I saw her here. I met her here, and then I also met her at the awards. The sewing. Was it? No, it wasn't Simply Sewing Awards. Was it Immediate Awards that Natasha and I hosted? Saw her there. She's just adorable. Anyway, these are all different. These are all different projects in here. Look how brilliantly. I mean, this is a lady who does this for a living, and she's just so busy. She's got a shop. She does quilt. She does retreats where you can go and make a tuffin. Tuffet, not a tuffin. Right? Hannah's mum's friend, we ought to call her Sharon, right? Sharon's friend has got loads and loads of Patchwork Pam's books. Look, Orange Squeeze. Now, these are all made with the 6-inch design roll, which we call a dessert roll. Sugar and spice. Aren't they just beautiful? Look. I think I might have to get Pam in to make some of these, mightn't I? I'll give her a ring later. Just casual. Hello, Patchwork Pam, remember me? Dunk, phone goes down. Aren't they lovely? Look how beautiful they are. The thing is, I can see why it's addictive, because once you get started, you think, oh, I want one of those now. Oh, I want one of those now. Oh, that's nice. Look, look. That looks kind of Moroccan jewelry kind of thing, doesn't it? Nice. Love all of these. Blueberry delight. Oh, get me a blueberry muffin, could you, from Starbucks for my break? Or Costa. But Costa put like a jelly in the middle of their muffins, don't they? Whereas Starbucks don't. Oh, that's nice. Hen party. I'll have to make Hannah a quilt out of that, because I don't think she'll ever have one of her own, will she? A hen. Oh, look at it in different colours. Yeah, when she marries Cush in real life, she won't need it anymore. £16.95. I love that book. Right, now, all the other books I've got in this hour are all Kaffe Fassett's. Where would you like me to start? At the very beginning. Okay, so I've got Kaffe Fassett's Brilliant Little Patchworks and Kaffe Fassett's Brilliant Little Patchworks Cushions and Pillows. Which one? Brilliant Little Patchworks first. Let me put that one back up there then. These are lovely, aren't they? Kaffe Fassett's Brilliant Little Patchworks. 20 stitched and patched projects using Kaffe Fassett fabrics. I was just reading the bottom of the book. That's why I had to, when you were moving the camera. Oh, Shirley's messaged in. Hello, Shirl. Fabulous Kaffe today. Oh, she says, please stop showing the Kaffe. I've bought 3 already. Good for you, my love. Good for you. Right, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. A leafy apron. Now, you see, these are patchworks. They're not quilts, some of these, you see. So that apron is patchworked. It's not quilted. But yes, if you're a bit too frightened to start off on a bit, hexagon bolster, that's nice. Oh, look, even shows, now if you buy the hexes, look. If you bought those, now yours would have to be different, obviously, because you don't get all those in the same, but look, brilliant, brilliant. Oh, striped cushions. Look at the, oh, it's just exquisite. Summer flowers tablecloth. Oh, Hannah's getting all excited about this one. Table runner in the shade cabbage there. Oh, kimono. Now, Hannah's made her first kimono. Hannah thinks that the kind of thing she'd wear in the, you know, next season, maybe. Mini quilts. Floor cushion. Hannah needs a floor cushion so that when a little Paul comes round, he can sit on the floor cushion, not on her sofa. Blue table runner and mats. Just lovely, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, that's a nice stole, isn't it? For an evening out with a little black dress. Tote bag. Japanese flower cushion. It goes on and on and on. It's beautiful. Oh, there's the Sands of Time fabric. Oh, I've got literally minutes left. I'm so sorry. I've been rather self-indulgent this hour. $18.95. Then this one's Brindley Little Patchwork Cushions and Pillows. Again, I won't spend so much time. Look. Oh. We've done something very similar to that with those dots. Now, this would be, little Paul has to go for colourblind tests, right? He had one up on his computer. They're going, John, can you see what that says? And I was going, yeah, that's a 62. That's a letter M. And you couldn't see any of them, but very like that. And they're lovely. Beautiful, beautiful books. I love this because it's like little projects, isn't it? It's not a great big quilt because sometimes doing a great big quilt, you're going to be overwhelmed by it, aren't you? Oh, that's called an X Factor, that one. Hang on. Making the X Factor cushion. Oh, no. Do they have the on X Factor? Or is it just Britain's Got Talent they have that? It's not even is it? It's just like that. Oh, I like that. Love that one. Look. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful book. I've got to move on. I've got to update you on these lovely bundle fat quarters. Right, there's one left in the shade. One left in the shade. Right, okay, 2 people are going to be disappointed. There's one left and 3 people have got it in their basket. So if you want that and you've got that in your basket, please, please, please check out. And this one, Sunshine. Right, we're down to 5 already. We're down to 5 already of this one. Right, and you've all checked out. Everyone who's got that's checked out. So well done, well done, well done. I only want you to know because I hate that when you come to check out and go, sorry, sold out. That's why I'm ordering my Christmas trees now. Right, 4 books by Kaffe Fassett here. Look, wouldn't they look lovely on your bookshelf? Wouldn't they look lovely? Right, which part of the world shall we go to first? Provence, quilts on Provence. I've only got a few minutes to show these, so this will be a really quick flick through, I'm afraid. Oh, we love this because, look, it's got not only got pictures of quilts, but pictures. Look. Hannah needs another holiday, she says. I think I've got 2 weeks, haven't I, before I go on mine? Is it Sunday today? So do I go 2 weeks today? Is it 2 weeks day Festival of Quilts then? My word, I go on holiday 2 weeks today. Ooh, fantastic. Look. Look. Oh, can you imagine having that on your bed, waking up to that every morning? The blush quilt. Oh, there's a tumbling blocks one. Love it. So that one is Quilts on Provence. Kaffe Fassett. It's $19.95 for a beautiful. That's to make the most amazing coffee table book, as well as being informative and aspirational. What are you saying, Hannah? Yeah, she says whoever gets to the photography for these books. Well, Kaffe goes because he's in most of the pictures as well. Next, we're going to Italy next, on Italia. Again, now, isn't this the one where you've been to this town? And what's it called? Carpaccio or something like that? Chiquitera. Isn't that a song by ABBA? Chiquitita, tell me what's wrong. Oh, here we go. It's lots of little villages all joined up. You can do a coastal walk. And she did it. Were there any quilts hanging there when you walked past? Oh, okay, there's the difficult walk and the easy walk. She did the easy walk. Look. Oh, you'd love that one because you love tumbling blocks and you love zigzags. Isn't that oh, cool zigzag. because it's cool, like Cool FM. That's beautiful. I've got 2 more to go through and I've only got 2 minutes. So, where are we going next? Sweden. La Suède, nil point. Now, this is all very, very Scandi, this one. Look, well, it would be, wouldn't it, in Sweden? Look. Again, you get all the beautiful photographs, but you do get all instructions. So it's aspirational, it's beautiful to look at, it's inspirational. And then all those fabulous, fabulous quilts going on there. I bet Joy's made all of these. I bet if you go to Joy's house, I bet there's a quilt over every sofa, every chair, every wall. Every person standing there. Oh, no, she says they're just in a great big pile in the corner. Right, last one. Morocco. My friend Dulcie's there at the moment doing a film. Kaffe Fassett's quilts in Morocco. Again, he's chosen beautiful slippers, the souks, and everything like that as his inspiration for this one. No, go, Hannah. It's lovely. You'll be fine. Oh, are they flying geese? They lots and lots of flying geese. Oh, Michael, go, he says. Oh, OK. Whereabouts in Morocco do you want to go? Hannah, where do you want to go in Morocco? Oh, teapots now. Remember we had that fabric that had teapots across the selvage, and little Paul's mum wants that. Selvage. Whereabouts in Morocco do you want to go, Hannah? OK. It is beautiful. £18.45. Right, how long have I got? Ages. Right, let me just talk about these. Joy's up in a minute, doing a really lovely bundles, and she's doing Joy's. It's her very own block. Oh, sold out. Shade one. Oh, sorry. That was Jay's hand you just saw in shot then. The shade one sold out. Sunshine. There are 4 of those left. And everybody's checked out their baskets. So I've got 4 of those left if you want that. Congratulations if you've got any of these. The hexes, flying out. Right, Sunshine, you're all right at the moment. This is Sunshine. You're all right with that one at the moment. But there you go. So Sunshine, you're fine with at the moment. But Shade, upside down Shade, there's only 2 left. I'm not saying we'll never reorder. I'm not saying that you'll never see it again, but I'm just saying in this, and for the moment, there's only 2 of those left. But I would get these now, and then you've got them. So when Kave's on, you can actually ring him up, or not ring him up, you can message in on the web chat. Can't you? Right, how long have we got? Oh, we'll see you in 3 minutes from now with Joy, with Joy's very own quilt. Join us on Facebook. Simply search for The Sewing Quarter and like our page for the latest news and more.
There are many different ways you can buy from us here at The Sewing Quarter. You can order from us by calling our free phone number at 0800 112 4433 and talk to the team at our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, there are other ways you can buy from us. You can go online and shop through our website at www.sewingquarter.com. You can even watch the show there and shop as you go. You can check out as many times as you like throughout the day and only pay a small fee of £2.95 postage and packaging for the whole day. We also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all products excluding custom-cut fabric. Our friendly UK-based team will help guide you through every step.
The Sewing Quarter website is simple and easy to use. You can view a live broadcast of the show on our homepage. Get instant access to our online shop, which has a wide range of wonderful products for you to choose from. You can also enjoy a selection of projects and guides which we have on offer to help you enhance your skills and gain valuable tips. Watch the live shows and you can buy the product which is currently being shown on air. You can even message the studio to ask our presenters or team any questions you might have. Below, you'll find all the products from today's show for you to look at and purchase. On the right of the screen, next to today's products, you will find our simple program guide listing all upcoming shows. So, join us today at sewingquarter.com. Join us at the quilting event of the year this summer. From the 10th to the 13th of August, we'll be at the Festival of Quilts at Birmingham NEC. Come to the Sewing Quarter Cafe, where you can meet our presenters and enjoy a spot of English paper piecing with special guests, including talented quilter Joe Carter. And on Sunday the 13th of August, join me, John Scott, and designer Mandy Shaw at the Sewing Quarter Workshop. Learn how to make Mandy's redwork Christmas decorations and take home a free iron-on pattern transfer to help you get started. If you fancy being part of the fun, head to www.thefestivalofquilts.co.uk and use the voucher code SEWQ17 for £2.50 off adult tickets and £1 off concessions. We hope to see you there. I always hated that programme, Joy, that you're talking. I know I'm on telly. It's fine. I was just saying. I love this, though. I love this, right? I'll let Joy explain, but she was watching a television programme and she was inspired to create this gorgeous quilt. So it is the Joy quilt. We'll ask her all about it in a second. But isn't it lovely? But we're going to show you, not we, Joy is going to show you 3 different versions of the same block to create different looks and everything. Now, this one I like, right? I love this one. This one here, this is the one that Jay thinks looks like a jousting banner, you know, like this. What year are you going, Hannah? No, she thinks it looks 1920. Joy, what was it like in the 1920s? You'll remember, won't you? Anyway, I'll stop picking on her in a minute. Right, before I do that, I'm just going to show you the 3 bundles that we have available. Now, you can either use them to make this quilt, or you can just buy them for your stash because they're beautiful bundles. Now, one's called Joy, one's called Happy, and one's called Hope. No. Love, right? So, what you get in each bundle is you get 1, 2, 3.5 metres in each bundle. 1/2 metre of 4 colours, and 1.5 metres of so you can do the backing and all the other background of it. So, which one am I doing first? Okay, which is? This one. This is Joy. Is it? Yes, this is Joy. I want to make sure you got the right one. So what you get in Joy, this is Bundle of Joy, 3.5 metres. So this is pumpkin linear here. So you get 1.5 metres of this one. Then you get 1/2 metre of like the teal spot on. You get 1/2 metre of the jade, 1/2 metre of the yellow spot on, and 1/2 metre of the, is that aqua? Oh, I've got it right. Blimey, I've got all those right today. There's the still, £30.45. You've got 3.5 metres, remember, but they put the orange one in the middle there, but what you do is you get 1.5 metres of the orange and 1/2 metre of all the others, right? So that one's Bundle of Joy, as it's Joy's show. Now, next. Oh, I've got to make a decision. Am I going to go for love or am I going to go for happiness? I'd like both, head or heart, like when you're buying a house, isn't it? Right, let's do this one as it's the nearest. So in this one, you get 1.5 metres. This is love, see? It's like a tarot card, isn't it? I was picking a tarot card. So you get 1.5 metres of the, is it slate, that one? Oh, steel. I knew it was some kind of metal. Steel. Then you get 1/2 metre of vanilla. Oh, it's ivory, not vanilla. 1/2 metre of sherbet. 1/2 metre of lime. And 1/2 metre of magenta. I love that mixture. Love that mixture. So you get 1.5 metres of the spot and 1/2 metre of all the others. Right. That was love. Let's have a bit of happiness. Let's have a bundle of happiness now. That's right, this is happiness, isn't it? So in this one, yes, I know, it's been such a while. You get 1.5 metres of the beautiful, beautiful blue here. Nautical blue. Oh, that works nicely together, that one, doesn't it? Then 1/2 metre of pistachio. No. Grass. They've all got so many different... We've got 100 to learn, Joy, don't you, love? Ochre. Ochre. Vienna orange. And bright yellow. See, I'm not bad, Joy. She's laughing at me now. There's the bundle. And again, it's the bright blue one that you get the 1.5 metres of with. Right. Right, let's go and see Joy then. Right, so as you can see... No, let Joy tell this... Let Joy tell the story first. What show were you watching and why create this block? Which I love, by the way.
Good. It's an old programme now, going back sort of 20-odd years ago, but it's always on repeat. It's called Goodnight Sweetheart. Right. And it's about this time travel.
It's got Nicholas Lyndhurst in it, is it that one?
That's right, yeah, and he travels back in time and whatever. But a lot of the scenes are done in their kitchen.
Right.
And in the background is the tiles on their... kitchen wall.
Right.
And every time I see it, I think, right, I want to make that into a block. I want to make it into a block. So I thought, right, let's go for it.
Okay.
So I have.
So it's called...
Goodnight Sweetheart.
Joy's Goodnight Sweetheart block, made of joy, happiness or
and love. Yes.
That's brilliant. Yes. So, I've got 3 different versions, haven't I, really? There's this one here, which is... Well, I'll let you describe. That's love, right? That's made with love, isn't it, that one?
I can't remember which way round it is.
That's love, isn't it, Hannah, that one? Hannah?
Hannah? She's gone to sleep.
That's love, isn't it, that one? Yeah, that one's love.
Okay.
Just take me through, because obviously all the blocks are exactly the same on that one.
Yeah, on this one, this is the basic sort of shape of what the tile was like. So with this one, they're all identical.
Right.
But we've got some sashing going on in between to separate it out.
So you made the whole of that out of the bundle that we're...
Yes.
You can make that from our bundle?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely, yeah.
OK, so that's the love one.
Yep.
Then we have... I can't remember which way round they went. Is this one Joy? This is Joy with pumpkin, isn't it? This is you. This one's named after you. Because it's like a pumpkin.
You saying I look like a pumpkin
No,
now?
I'm saying you're like Cinderella. And I'm the mouse who turns into the coachman.
OK.
And the pumpkin who we're taking you to the ball with your nails. Right, now, this is the same block, but you've done it completely differently.
Yeah, so this time, I've done it differently. I've used the same same fabrics for each block, but I've put them in different combinations.
Right.
Okay. So this one I've got the yellow as a little square, the pale blue.
I see what you mean. Yep. But you've also done that one and that one.
The same.
And the same colour as well,
That's
haven't you?
right.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
It looks completely different, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And then I've used the pumpkin to put some spaces in between to separate it out.
Oh, yes, because that one, love, you've got sashes.
That's right.
And this one, you can just sew them together because they're plain just from the fabric, aren't
That's
they?
right. So this one, the block's done in 3 different ways,
right,
but using the same fabrics.
OK. And then Jay's tabard, jousting tabard.
I think that's quite inspired, actually. It does. I can see where he's got
for Jay
it from.
it is, yeah, totally. You know, your
like,
Danny's messaged in today saying you're never getting breakfast in bed again. Anyway.
OK, so this one, again, I've used the plain as a spacer block.
Yes.
But this time I've done the blocks exactly the same, but I've alternated the direction. So some are pointing this way and some are pointing this way.
It's funny, isn't it, how they're all the same.
Yes.
And yet they all look completely different, don't they?
The different colours, the different ways of putting them together, just really makes a big difference.
So this one's happiness.
OK.
And this is the most popular bundle so far.
Wow.
So what are you going to show us today? What are you going to make for us today?
Well, I'm just going to show you how to put the block together, first of all, because that's what we need to, need to know, really, isn't it?
Now, again, shall we shout out the measurements so the people watching on YouTube know how big their square... Have you got the squares of this one written down?
I've got a picture again. We've got an image, and I've got the things with me.
OK, let me put this... I've just seen the shot. I'm going to put this in.
He's going to drape it somewhere.
Yeah, there we go.
We're surrounded today.
Right, so we'll show the image now.
Yep.
I hope you can see all those sizes there.
Yeah. But if not,
we'll put it on social
I
media.
can put
We
them
will put
out
it on
and
social media.
Yeah.
Because that's the one with the sashes that we're doing. That one's there. It's the one with the sashes in.
That one has got the sash-in sizes and the plain
and
block
the plain
size.
square. So you can make everything from that.
Yeah, whichever combination you want, all the information.
Brilliant. So we're going to be doing the actual, to start with, we're doing the actual block with the squares in.
Yeah, okay.
Brilliant.
So we've got here...
Oh, do you need the iron on?
Our pieces might be useful, I suppose.
Right.
Okay.
If you've got any questions for Joy, don't forget to get them in now so that we can ask Joy.
So we cut out our pieces and it's a small square.
Yes.
A small rectangle and a bigger rectangle. And then we cut a bigger square that we cut in half to make our...
But you need two of those.
Yeah, so you need two squares.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, again, nice and straightforward for people to have a go at, even if they've not got a lot of experience. You can do this one really simply, okay? Again, 1/4-inch seams go all the way throughout. So, having cut out all our pieces, and obviously depending on which option you're going for, these may or may not be the same fabric.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So cut out all our bits and pieces.
Oh, you're not doing any sewing?
I might do in a minute.
Okay.
I might.
Yeah,
I just thought I'd show all the stages first, you see. So the first thing we're going to do is sew these two together.
Right.
And then we're going to add our pink one. Let's get it the right same way round.
Yeah.
Add our pink one on. So that then becomes this here. Okay, it's square on at the moment, but when we get our triangles on, that's what's going to pull it round into a square.
Now, Joy, lots of people are sending in pictures of quilts they want you to see. What we're going to do is save more till the end of this hour. And we'll show, we've got a few so far, like 2 or 3 so far. So if you've got a quilt that you want Joy to see, email it in now and we'll show them at the end of this hour, because we want to disturb your demonstration. But we'll definitely show them at the end of the hour.
Well, I want to see those, definitely, yes. Okay.
Okay.
So that's how the block comes
Goodbye
together.
then, Joy.
Yeah, I can get home now. I'll leave you on your own. Yeah. Okay. So we will sew them together and do the pressing.
All right.
So we can see one being made up in front of our very eyes, so to speak.
I'll get the iron ready then.
Okie doke. So I'm going to start off with the small square and the small rectangle. Helps if the machine's switched on, doesn't it?
Oh, they didn't see what you were doing, but that's fine. That doesn't matter.
They didn't see what I've just switched it on.
So you're making this?
I'm going to make that bit first. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Hannah thinks it looks like an exclamation mark.
And it does a bit.
Or a glue stick. You know the glue sticks you can get. You're right there.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's just. It was on.
Hannah
It was on a go slow.
moments of whimsy.
Well, she's got to have something to think about, hasn't she? Okay. So we've got these now. It doesn't really matter which way you press this because it's got a seam going all the way down. Except if you press it so that the green comes underneath, you get a lot of shadowing coming through. So we're going to go the other way. So now, let's see if you can remember.
I knew you were going to say that. Right, I'm going to set the seam first.
Correct.
Oh, the iron's not hot yet.
Oh, dear. Oh, well, we'll just talk amongst ourselves for a while. People get very hung up, actually, about pressing.
So you want the colour that's underneath on the top?
Correct.
No, that's the wrong way, though. You want that colour on the underneath. So you go like that. No, that's not right, is it?
You had it right the first time.
That way?
Yeah, you want it to go underneath the green, so you have the green on the top.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I knew you'd test me today of all days.
Well, you've got to get our pleasures when we can, John.
Exactly. Okay, so we've made that one.
So we've made that one, okay? So now we need to add on yellow. Like yellow? I thought yellow was it.
I was going to say, who am I working with? Little Paul?
Okay, so we're going to attach this on now, okay?
Yep.
Now, you can attach it either side. It doesn't really matter.
But they all have to be the same.
As long as they're all the same.
Yes.
So this one, I've got the green going to the left-hand side. Yep.
Yes.
But on this one, I've got to go to the right-hand side. So it doesn't matter as long as you do them the same way round, okay?
I suppose it depends on what image you're going for. If you did them, the other way round, does it mean you'd have the pink at the top on that one and the pink at the bottom and the stripe at the... If you'd done them...
If you did them alternately, yes.
So that one... Oh, if that's this one.
That's that one, yeah.
But if you sewed it on the other way round...
Which is that one.
No, that's the same.
No, turn it round.
But then...
You've got the top at the top, yeah.
Anyway.
You're just trying to make it up as you go along.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's your block.
It's my block, but we can change it at any point we like.
Exactly.
That's one of the good things about making up your own block. Somebody's bound to write in and say, actually, somebody else thought of this block a long time ago.
Oh, will they?
It happens. There's no such thing as original thought, apparently. Did you know?
No, original what?
No such thing as original thought.
No.
It means whatever you think of that you think you've just invented, somebody else has already thought of it.
Yeah.
It's just they don't always act on that.
No, I was going to say, like, whoever thought of the mobile phone, they were thinking on the, they're a rich man or woman now, aren't they? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And sometimes those best ideas, the simplest ones that we've all thought of but just never done anything about.
Yeah. And just think, why doesn't somebody do that? Okay. I like these scissors, they're nice and sharp.
Oh, good. What colour do you want to go underneath on this one?
Well, what do you think?
They should all go underneath the pink.
Because?
The pink's the dark side.
It is, but also it's
and also
helping
the
us
seam.
to reduce the bulk,
yeah?
Oh, you see, you were awake. You were. I'm just checking you were awake in the first time.
No,
I wasn't sure.
I've been listening to you since day one, you see, Joyce, since you've been there. Hang on. You need it to go that way.
Yep, so I have the pink on the top.
Yeah, I've got the pink on the top.
That's it, and then let the iron knock it back.
Yeah, because if it went that way, first of all, you'd see it, and secondly, you've already got a seam allowance there, haven't
so
you?
you get a lot of bulk building.
Yeah.
Is that hot? Okay, so we've done that.
Yeah.
Now what we need to do is...
The triangles.
Get the triangles on. So this one...
Now, the triangles, you have to... when you cut them in half, you've got to remember that half also has to have the 1/4 inch seam allowance. Don't think, I need the triangles to be this big and just do a square twice that size. You have to make it bigger,
right.
There's
a formula that you have to apply, and what you do is you add 7/8 of an inch on to the finished size.
No matter what size it is.
No,
you add 7/8 of an inch.
Yeah, because that's your seam allowance. Now, when you're designing your own block, you don't know what any of the sizes are, so you've got to stop and work it all out. So I thought I'd bring this in because people say, people have this fond image of designers with all beautiful, pristine patterns and all the rest of it. This is actually my pattern.
I always call that a working drawing scene. When I went to college, there was a design course.
Yeah.
There was a design course and there was a making course. And I was on the making course. Yeah. And the designers used to come in with these like beautiful drawings and you'd go, oh, this won't work and this seam has to move here. And they'd be like, but that's my work of art. And they go, no, I need to work from that.
Absolutely.
And I need to see where the seams are and need to see where the hem is and everything like that.
Yeah.
And so that's exactly what you've got there. You've just got Joy's working drawing of working out all your measurements and everything. Yeah. And there'll be scribbles out.
Lots of scribbles out. Lots of scribbles out.
Yes.
But it's quite important that, people know that they can do that because they think they've got to get it right and they think there's a right answer to everything and that there isn't always a right answer.
No, exactly.
When I was coming to sort out these triangles, it was a little bit, I need to do a bit of trial and error, really. So I made one size block. I thought, no, that's far too big. Yeah. So then it's just a
I did that recently when we were working out our blocks, and it had to be a 22 centimetre finished, and I couldn't figure out what size because there wasn't a pattern for it.
Yes.
So I literally cut out a piece of paper that was 22 centimetres square, and then I thought, right, how big do I want that one in the middle? So I drew the finished block on for real.
Yes. Yeah.
And obviously did a few rubbings out because I kept thinking that. So then what I knew was then those were the finished pieces. So I then just had to add quarter of an inch there, quarter of an inch
Yeah.
there, quarter of an inch there, and that's the way I worked out. Now, it did go slightly... Were you here, Hannah, the day I was cutting them all out?
Oh, dear.
I did go a bit wrong, and Jo was here, you know, Jo Carter, and she said, it's just when you don't do... showing on air, you know, demonstration. I said, why is that? She said, all you've done is the air is blue, you've dropped so many things, you've huffed and you've puffed. And I tell you what, the other thing I did is I had a rotary, not your rotary cutter, I had the rotary cutter that you push to open it, you push it
slide
up.
it, yeah.
And it's the opposite way, and I kept leaving it open, and I kept thinking, Joy will go mad. Joy will go mad.
Good job, I
if
wasn't
she was
watching
here.
you.
No, exactly. Well,
Good
that's just
job.
so you weren't, because you'd have learnt an awful lot of new words. Or, well, maybe not. So that's the way I work mine out. So once you work, because you might not want your squares to be exactly the same size as yours. You might want that idea, but you might want the squares to be bigger or smaller. So you could work out.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to go by your measurements. You could just draw a square and do that pattern in the middle, and then work your shapes out for yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Anyway, sorry.
I use squared paper, you like the old-fashioned graph paper. I use a quarter of an inch square. I use that all the time.
Yeah, we sell it on the website. I just did mine from my notepad at home, and because
I buy notepads that are squared.
Oh, no! You see, mine was 8 inches across that way, wasn't it? So I had to stick another bit. Sorry.
Okay.
Our lives.
So,
right, Hannah's bored with our stories.
Oh, we better go on then. So I've added 2 triangles on to either side. Now, ideally, I would have liked to have pressed the seam under this way, but you can't because it's too much bulk, so it's had to go.
Not Little Mike, Ginger Mike was asking that when you did this one. He said, what happens if this fabric's lighter? Sometimes you have to go
you just have
that
to go,
way because you'd rather have the darkness, the shadow, rather than all the bulk, wouldn't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, is one of those seams must be on the bias?
Yeah, because you've had a square that you've cut in half diagonally, this whole edge is on the bias.
Right.
So you've got to be really careful when you're doing this because you can pull it really out of shape. Now, I always, when I'm putting these on, I always take the block to the triangle.
Right.
The temptation is always to go like this.
Yes.
Yep. But I want to be able to see exactly that I've got it on nice and evenly.
Right.
And depending what you've got going on the block, sometimes you've got points and stuff coming on here. So I always take my block and put it on top of the triangle. Right. Now, again, people will say, why haven't you chopped off your dog ears? Because if you look here, I've got these dog ears, and usually you say, cut all your dog ears off, get rid of them. In this instance, I like to leave them on because they act as a visual guide.
Well, I was going to say, if they weren't there, you would match. You know what I mean?
It's hard to do.
Yes.
Yeah. And not only that, when you've got them matched like this, when you take it to your sewing machine, this sort of little V shape here should be 1/4 of an inch. So when you take it to your machine, and of course it's not going to work now because I've said that.
But it's like when you've got points, isn't it? You want it's not the point where the fabrics meet at the end. It's the point where 1/4 of an inch in.
Absolutely.
It is. So you don't because that's where it throws it sometimes, and you think, oh, the point should be at the top, but it's not at the top.
No. The number of times I've had people that have come in really proud of the fact they've cleaned up all their blocks, they've tied up and trimmed them all off, and they've trimmed them to the top of that point, forgetting.
Oh, yes, they've got nothing to add it to.
Yeah, they've got nothing there. So.
Oh, yes, which means when they sew it together,
they've lost
all the points will go and they'll all be blunt-topped.
Yeah. One of my ladies last week, bless her, she'd done a collection of 12 small blocks for a quilt that we're making, and she'd tidied them all up, and she said, but they've still come out a bit big. And I said, okay, what size have they come out? And she said, well, they're nearly 5 inches. I said, well, they should be 5 inches. And she'd read the instruction as 4.5 inches finished size, and forgot she got to add on. So she's got to redo them, I'm afraid.
Did she cry?
She huffed and puffed a bit, yes. she wasn't too happy. But better to do it at this stage than there's about 160 blocks in this quilt that we're doing. So better to find out now than after all 160. Yes, that wouldn't have been.
Yes, and also if you're printing off, sometimes you can get a book with a CD-ROM in it, or there's websites you can go to print off the block. Remember to do the right multiplication and everything like that, because Hannah printed hers up and she was 100 times too small.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's not good.
Anyway.
So, and I always put them on opposite sides because that just helps to make it come out more neatly. So we'll get this one on as well. I'm not pinning, which, again, people get a bit angsty about pinning. But I find when you're pinning, you're sometimes pinning inflexibility in, and fabrics are living, breathing. Ooh, okay, didn't like that.
You know, if you break a machine, you have to pay for it.
No, I just mend it.
Good answer.
Either that or I'll get Jay to mend his. That's always a good option, isn't it?
Yeah. Might as well just throw it in the bin now then, won't we?
Okay.
Right, do you want to are you all right? Do you want to test it on something?
No, I think what happened is the thread just jumped its way down, which it has a habit of doing. So to stop it happening this time, I'm going to just put my finger on the ends there, and let's see. Yeah, there we go. So I don't pin because I like to be able to just do that first sort of 3 or 4 stitches to hold it in place, and then I can manoeuvre this into the place where I want it to be to make sure all the edges are matching up, particularly when I'm doing something with triangles and with this bias edge, because if you pin it and you've pinned it a bit heavy-handedly and you've pinned the bias stretched, there's nothing you can do. As at least this way I can make sure it's relaxed at every stage. And
also, when it's on the bias, you want to manhandle it as little as possible, really, don't you? Because you don't want it to stretch. You don't want it to flute, because it sometimes flutes, doesn't it?
That's
if you pull a bias edge. People
don't realise how much give that there is in fabric, and particularly, I'm just trying to see if I've got a square here. So I was just going to show, because depending whether you've got the long grain or the short grain.
Right.
The short grain is the one that goes across the width of the bolt.
Yeah.
The long grain is the one that goes the whole length of the bolt. That's how I remember them.
The weft goes from right to left. The warp goes down. Up goes warp.
That's it. But we don't talk about warp and weft in patchwork. We talk about long grain and short grain. But when you look at them, if I pull this way, which is a straight grain, you've got a little bit of give in there. Yeah. If I go this way, it snaps. There's no give in it at all, which is a long grain. But then when you get to the bias, you've got a huge amount of stretch that goes on. And, just doing that, you can see that's twisted that straight out of shape. And people, particularly when they first start off, handling pieces like this, they don't realise how much.
But it's like if you think about a 1930s frock, the whole thing was cut on the bias.
Absolutely.
And you know what I mean? And so it has to stretch because it goes around. And then, of course, you've got the hem and the movement, which is why those dance evening gowns work so well. It's because it's all on the bias and it all moves.
I made a skirt once, you saying that, out of all brightly coloured taffetas.
Oh, yes.
And it was like I think it was a 12 gore or a 16 gore skirt. Made it in a day to go out with on the night. Bee's knees, went out, put my knee-length boots on, which had got like laces all the way down.
Oh, excuse me, this is getting a bit saucy, this, Joy.
Well, I was only 16 at the time. I could afford to be saucy.
Well, it's corsets and crinolines in those days, wasn't it?
Oh, you're so rude. But where it laced up, it had got like little open hooks.
Yes, yes, yeah.
By the time I'd got halfway there, it had ripped the whole skirt to shreds. I had to call in at a friend's and borrow a skirt.
Oh, no, after all that work. Yeah. I used to make, I made my mum a taffeta ball gown. It was the first thing I ever made for her. And she wore it to a royal, it was a fluke. My mum didn't spend her life going to royal functions, but Princess Margaret was there, and she loved her dress so much that I got to make Princess Margaret a dress after I got commissioned from Princess Margaret.
Good.
Right, before we do anything else, have a couple of minutes. I've just got to go and do fabrics. I don't want anyone to miss anything.
Okay, I won't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Hands behind my back.
You can press it if
I'll
you want
do your
to.
job.
Hands away from the table.
Am I allowed to press it?
You can press it. Make sure you do the right colour on the top that you want on the bottom.
Of course I will.
Right, 3 bundles. Where would you like me to go first? Happiness first, which is this one. Yep, this is happiness. So what you get in happiness is you get 1.5 meters of the blue, nautical blue. Then you get 0.5 meter of grass, 0.5 meter of ochre. I know these. half a metre of Vienna Vienna orange, and half a metre of bright yellow. So you get all of those, 3.5 metres, for, I can't see my screen, £22.45. Okay, so that is the bundle of happiness there. Okay, can you just turn that round for me? Right, then that's the most popular one. Then what do you want next? Joy, that's this one. So on the Joy, remember that because of the pumpkin, you get 1.5 metres of pumpkin. 1.5 metres pumpkin, then you get half a metre of the jade spot. Don't worry. Half a metre of jade, half a metre of bright yellow spot, and half a metre of baby blue. There you go. Don't worry, Mike. £30.45. I thought it would be an easy job. Then last but not least, we've got love, bundle of love. In this one, you get, was that the right picture then? Yeah. Then you get the 1.5 metres of the steel spot on. You get that's 1.5 metres, 1.5 metres, half a metre of ivory. Hang on, I'll get that. Half a metre of sherbet, that's it, sherbet, lime, and masquerade. What's it called? Magenta. Masquerade, every little bit masquerade. There's the still. £27.45. Right, now what I've got to tell you is that happiness is the most popular, but love, there's only 4 left, did you say? 5 left. 5 left of love. Stakes for love are very high, Hannah. Right. Okay.
Who dreamt the names of these bundles off?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's usually Hayley, but there you go. Right. Okay. So you've done another
So all
block.
I've done is press it.
Yes.
Okay. Now we can trim off our dog ears. And you can just do it with a pair of scissors if you want to. Or you can get your rotary.
So this is where, before you go,
yeah.
This is where people make the mistake, because when they're tidying up, sometimes they'll chop down to the point there. But if you remember, if you want to sew this to something, you've got 1/4 inch in here, so you're going to lose the top of that. So whenever you have a point, and I know I'm mostly telling my grandmother to suck eggs here, but when you're starting, when you tidy that up, you'll automatically think of tidying up to there, won't you?
Yeah, because if you tidy up to there, you've got nowhere to sew. No. So we're going to go.
Well, you do, but then even if you do sashes, you've lost the point of the nice sharpness of the point, haven't you?
And as I say, some people like to just go in. Now, if I'm going to do it with scissors, I don't hold it up here and do it because it's all a bit wobbly. I get it down so the scissors are flat, and then
I'll tell some of our guests that.
They're nice and firm on the table then. And off they go.
Anna's just dropped something.
She's dropped something.
Something very loud.
It's probably a lunchbox.
I don't think she's that organised. I think you're saying she eats a lot.
No, that's usually me. Now, the other thing I want to show on this one is this here.
Yeah, your selvage.
Because we've got the selvage left in. And quite often, again, people will say to me, oh, well, it won't matter because it's going to go into the seam allowance. It does matter because it doesn't react in the same way. It's
exactly.
Double woven.
Yes. So why have you done it then?
And what, to show people.
Oh, OK. It was a deliberate mistake, that one, then, was it?
Yeah. And if you put your 1/4 inch on, you've still got that bottom row dots there.
But also, the selvage is always the sturdiest bit, isn't it? So when you're dressmaking, unless you're doing centre-back seam, which you then get rid of later, you chop the selvages off. You don't chop a pattern down the selvage.
No, definitely. So that's all we need to do to make all of these. Okay. Now, depending on the options that you want to do. Did you think I was going home?
No. I was going to talk about sashing, but you've done.
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh, actually, this is brilliant. If you missed the picture earlier,
yeah,
you can see on here the sizes of each of the pieces within the block. If you want to make yours out, so how big is that finished block in there?
Well,
then?
one bundle will make a 50 by 60 inch quilt.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah.
But how big's this?
Oh, I think it's 8.5.
Do you want me to check?
It's about 8.5. Yeah, 8.5.
So to make so these measurements we're about to give you now are to make an 8.5-inch block. But obviously, if you want to make a 12-inch or a 9-inch, whatever, then you just have to alter it accordingly. So let's take you through this then. So for the main block fabric here, you actually cut 4.5 inches by 6.5 inches, including all that includes all the seam size, not your. For the green one here, it's 2.5 by 4.5. For the ivory one here, it's 2.5 square. These are not finished sizes; these are cutting sizes. And then for the triangles at the corner, you cut two 5-inch squares and then cut them exactly down the middle, and that will include all of your seam allowance in there, which I think is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That we're going to put that on social media later. But if you want to watch on YouTube, then that'll be on YouTube later on. Right. Okay. So we're going into sashing.
So we're going to look at the sashing option first. So again. First, I'm good, you know. I had fun with these little stickers.
Oh.
So if you're going to put the sashing on this one, you need to do these centre sashings first to get your...
So you make a row of 3?
Yeah, so you make a row of 3. So your sashing then is on here. I've gone for 2.5-inch wide sashing.
Right.
But again, you could...
But 2.5 inches is what you cut it. It's not finished at 2.5.
No. It's cut at 2.5, and I've got on here cut at 8 3/4. That's obviously what the size my block come out at.
Yeah.
So you need to cut 4 of those. Yeah. No, 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
Depending what size quilt you're making.
Yes, exactly.
I obviously decided to make it bigger than I was intending to.
So what you do is where's that other one you've got there? So what you do is you'd make a whole row.
Yeah.
And then there'd be another sash
in there.
And then another block there.
And then another block there.
And that would be your row.
That's your row across, yeah.
Across there. Not including this or this, just that bit there is what you'd make there. Okay, brilliant.
So then when you've got all these joined in together, we need to join the rows together. And obviously if you're making a bigger quilt, you might have 5 blocks or 6 blocks, whatever it is. So then we need to cut another longer piece of sashing.
Okay, so to do the size quilt that you've done, you'd need to cut this, which is a jelly roll size really, isn't it? 2.5 inches by the width of the fabric. You've just cut it.
Yeah, so you're going to measure this. When you've got your strips together, measure your strips, and then you cut these exactly that width.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and again, you're cutting at 2.5 inches wide, and then that will give you those. Now, with this one, you need one at the top.
Yeah.
One and one.
Oh, now, but also they're going to be different lengths, aren't they?
No.
Oh, no, these are all the same length.
These are all the same length going across.
Right.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 the same.
Yeah.
And then when you've done that, you need to cut another 2 to go down your sides.
But they'll be longer.
They'll be longer.
Because you've got that little bit and that little bit added on, haven't you?
Except on this case, it's 3 by 3, so it won't be. But if you've got a rectangle quilt, they will.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they'll be a little bit longer. But again, you need to measure. Always need to measure.
Oh, yes.
To get it the right length.
Yeah.
So again, that's your sashing option.
Right.
Okay.
Sashing option.
Sashing option. So again, comes together nice and easy. Now, when you're sewing these onto the sashing, again, if you take the block and put the block on top of the sashing rather than the other way around.
Oh, because I'd automatically put the bigger thing on the bottom and the smaller piece on that's what I would automatically do.
But if you do that, you can't see where your point is anymore.
No.
So by doing it the other way round and putting your block on the top like this, when you're sewing your cordage, you can see where that
So you need your line of stitching here to bisect that
exactly.
Bit there,
just go straight through. You can see that little cross of stitching straight through there, and then you know you're not going to lose your points.
Yeah, exactly. You turn it over. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Okay. Good point.
Good point.
No pun intended.
No, it wasn't at all.
Okay, I'll leave those there so people can see the sizes. Now, if you don't want to do the sashing option, but you want to do one like this where you're going to put the plain blocks alternating, you've got to cut your plain blocks. Now, I've got the size on here as an 8 3/4 inch square, but again...
Where have you got that piece of fabric from?
I don't know. It was probably just something I had lurking
All right,
around.
then. We haven't got this. We sell it on the web, but it's not in any of the bundles. Just so you know.
That's naughty, isn't it?
Yeah.
I probably ran out of the others or something. But
Well, no, because you remember we used all of that one for that one. And you just want to show.
Yeah.
I'm not shouting at her, I promise.
He is. He's telling me off. You just want to know what I've got in my stash. That's what it is. So I've got 8 3/4 inch squares. But again, when you've made these and you've got them, just measure those and see, you know, if it's slightly different, whatever size it is.
Because that's going to go there like that,
That's
isn't it?
right.
So it's like that. Well, like those two,
like
both of those two.
Yes.
Now, would it look really odd if you wanted to make your quilt just a little bit bigger? Would it look odd if you put sashing in between a patterned one and a plain one?
I wouldn't have thought so. No. Let's put another patterned one in there, and then you can see. Yeah.
Oh no, it looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I just wondered if because normally you put sashing in, don't you? Like when you've done a quilt as you go, or you've done a fancy block, and you don't want to add because this would look. I think this would look really odd if you did.
Yeah,
it'd be too busy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So the sashing gives you that lovely framing.
Yeah.
But if you're putting a plain one, sometimes you wouldn't automatically think of putting a sash between.
No, but you could do
plain ones.
Yeah, absolutely. You can.
Because then that's going to give you an extra sort of 4 inches or however many inches on the width of your quilt,
that's right.
isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about doing a simple block like this, because you can adapt it and do so many different things with it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's just a case of making up all the blocks and then deciding afterwards how you're going to set it out. So
I've also got. Did you use this to quilt that one with?
Yes, yeah.
Because there's enough fabric in the bundle, isn't there, to do...
Not to do the backing.
Oh, OK,
Not to do the backing.
So the 1.5 metres of the plain fabric...
We'll either do the squares
yes,
or the
sashing.
Yeah.
So in that bundle, we're making... It's enough to make a top of that size.
Yeah.
OK, brilliant. And how big was that one again? You've got it written down.
If you've got one bundle...
Yes.
One bundle will make a quilt 50 by 60.
Inches.
Yes. 2 bundles would make a quilt 60 by 80, which is a good sort of single size or even bigger.
And then this is this was from the first show. We didn't we just because we love this this wadding, this batting so much that we just thought we'd bring it in here because obviously you're going to need a layer behind it, aren't you? Now, so you then this obviously would be too small for that. We'll do it 45 by 60.
That's only a baby size.
Yeah. So you put the batting behind it. Again, you'd make it bigger than your topping, wouldn't you? Cut it out bigger than your top.
Cut out the wadding. If you're doing a big quilt, I would say the wadding should be about 2 inches bigger all the way around, and the backing about 4 inches bigger all the way around.
Okay.
Yeah. Just so it's got a bit of room to shift and whatever as you're stitching. So put your backing down, and if you've got some masking tape your backing down to keep it nice and flat.
Right.
And obviously the right side faces down onto the table. Then put your wadding on top, and then your quilt top on top of there.
Now, what did you on that one? You've just done quilting around the outsides of the squares, have you?
Yeah, I mean, something like this block it's crying out for things like the westerly rulers that we had on.
Oh yes,
or some free motion quilting. Because it's nice big plain areas, you can really get in and do it.
But if you want, if you're a beginner, you could just kind of quilt just either side of these seams.
Yeah, either side in the ditch. It's just whatever you need to hold it together, really.
Is there a reason why you do more quilting? Does it make it more? What's that word?
Firmer.
Do I mean firmer?
Puffier.
Like that.
Cuddlier.
Yeah,
drapeable.
Yes.
Drapeable.
Sunday afternoon on the sofa-able is what I'm talking about. Does it make it more, or does it not make... The more quilting you do, it just makes it stiffer, does it?
It can make it quite heavy. You need to look at the instructions on the wadding that you've got. On the pack, it will normally tell you how far apart you can quilt up to.
Oh, I see.
So some waddings, you have to quilt 3 or 4 inches apart or less. And on other ones, it can be 8 or 10 inches apart or less. So there's a big variety depending what wadding you're using. So that's the first thing you need to think of.
You see, this is why I wouldn't do the wadding show the other day, because I don't know any of this. So this is brilliant to know.
We'll have to book ourselves in again.
Exactly. Special
we'll just tell them what we're doing, shall we?
Exactly.
Makes more sense that way.
And we'll use the right fabrics.
And we'll use the right fabric.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, go on, sorry.
Okay, so that's the first thing you need to think about. The second thing you need to think about is the actual design of the block that you've got.
Yes.
As I say, a block like this lends itself to open to more or less any kind of quilting. You can do some free motion in here. You can use things like the westerly rulers to get your shapes in there, or you can do it very simply, okay? So it's what it looks like. That's the next thing you think about. The third thing you think about is if you've got a wadding that says you can quilt up to 8 inches apart, but you quilt it every ½ an inch, it's going to stiffen it up because you're putting a lot more thread down.
Yes, yeah.
So it doesn't tend to be as drapeable.
No, but 8 inches, that's an awfully wide... Well, no, that's not 8 inches. Oh, no, let's not start. Let's not start.
This is 8 inches, John.
But that's still quite a wide... That's still quite a width for quilting, isn't it?
So if we, in context of this block, that means we only need to go around here, okay? Yeah. But as I say, if you've got one that says quilt every 4 inches... which is this much, then you need to do a lot more.
Yes.
So it's what wadding you're using, what look you want, and how it's going to feel. If you're using it for something, like to go on a table, you perhaps want it to have that more stiffness.
Yes, because like you said earlier, you don't want things to be toppling over you. Now, just because I didn't do the wadding show doesn't mean to say we haven't got wadding for sale. What you need to do is go to our website, www.sewingquarter.com. There it is, there's us. Oh, there was us. Then you go to the top where it says shop. And where's wadding then? Oh, where was it in the list? Oh, wadding, that's good. So wadding, batting and interfacing. Oh, it's quilters, yeah, for some reason they put the quilters goes in there. Then there's all the different waddings. So you see, we could do, if you want us to, we could do a whole, not a whole show, ½ an hour of a show.
Well,
and
I did an hour with Natasha on wadding.
Say that again, please. Oh, you've done it once before.
I've done it once.
Oh, well, I think it'd be interesting to do. Because, I mean, look, how am I expected to tell? I mean, I know, I could tell you the sizes.
Yes.
Oh, this is a big one, this is a small, this is a medium one. But look, all that poly down, heirloom, there's a lovely one called Sewing Quarter there. But you know what I mean? And I think it's important, if they're just, I mean, obviously, an established quilter like you will know exactly, you'll start making a quilt and you'll know exactly what kind of wadding you want to put in it. But I wouldn't have the faintest idea. To me, wadding is wadding. Now, I know you can get 2 ounce and 4 ounce and things like that, but I wouldn't know, I wouldn't know any of those. And I think it's important that, as well as entertaining and demonstrating, that we actually give factual stuff across. Well. Now, look, 5 people have sent in pictures of quilts.
Let's have a look at these quilts.
Oh, there might be more than 5 now. There might be more than 5. 5 at the last count. So who's this one? Who is it? Jean, your feet are in the picture.
Nice toes.
I love that one. Now, I can see a Dresden.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nearly, Jean says it's nearly finished.
That looks like Jacob's ladder.
She's sitting sewing the binding by hand. Oh, that's lovely. She's sitting watching us while she's doing the hand stitching. Did have a lovely break in Gibraltar. I had a lovely... Let's talk about the quilt first. Don't come back to me. Can we talk about the quilt and then I'll tell you about Gibraltar in a second. So, there's tumblers. I can see tumblers.
We've got tumblers. We've got
I can see a Dresden.
We've got a windmill.
A windmill?
Windmill.
Is that the one up there?
The second one on the right.
I can see a cotton reel. Is that one called a cotton reel? Left column, third down.
Either cotton reel or it might be bow tie.
Oh, it could be a bow tie.
Hourglass.
I like, you see the bottom left-hand one?
Yeah, that looks like a split
I like that one. Yeah. That one's nice, isn't it?
Nines.
And there's a flying goose over there. She's got the one that clips around the edge that we sell on the website. Now, very quickly, before we move on, second row down, left-hand side. What's that one? Is that a homemade one?
I don't know what that one is. I can't...
Jean, let us know what that one is. I like that one. Second row down on the left-hand side, next to the Dresden and the windmill. The other one, I don't know what it is. Anyway, so thank you, Jean. That was lovely.
Nice.
Next one, please.
Oh, this is a good one coming up.
This is... Oh, look at that.
Snail's Trail, I think.
Jackie, spelt with the CQI. Good morning, John and Joy. Thank you for an enjoyable one. It's not finished yet. I've still got to stay another hour yet.
Oh, but the enjoyable bit's finished.
Yeah. Thanks. Say that again, Hannah. Oh, okay. Right. So, is that? Do you think that's called? What's that called? That spiral?
I think it might be snail's trail. I'm not sure.
I like the fact that the two different fabrics roll around, not roll, but spiral around each other.
And the fact that she's used that black edging again. We talked about black in the first show to really showcase your colours.
I like that bit. I tell you what, that's a lovely Victorian house, isn't it? Because you can see by the door. Oh, it's taken it away. You can see by the door and by the picture rail, or not the picture rail. What's the one that goes round that height? Is that a dado rail? Dado. Lovely. Thank you for that one, Jackie. That's beautiful. Nice. Next. Oh, Naomi. This is a busy. Oh, look. She only finished a quilt top last night. Oh, we're all having a fabulous day, thank you. Now let's have a look at that, because that's a bit like the, you know the one you made earlier, but it had the black stripes in it, and then in the book it had like a brick pattern. Right, that's a bit like the brick pattern, isn't it? And she's obviously fussy cutted, look, because look at the flowers. Yeah, that's lovely. It's difficult to know how big it is, isn't it?
I like the one with like the little flower, like the eye. It's like an eye, isn't it?
Yes, and I like the fact that she's done one going up like a flower, and then that one over there sweeping across. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you for that one. Next.
Beautiful. We've got some clever people out there, haven't we?
What?
We've got some clever people out
there.
No,
totally. And lovely they want to share as well.
Absolutely.
And they all said they wanted you to see these. So.
I'm watching.
This, Pauline.
Yeah. That looks like
First what? Sampler quilt.
Yeah, quilt as you go. That's a guess. We've got card trick.
Snuggle me with love. Smother or snuggle? No, the people say smother me with love, don't they? Snuggle me with love is what the middle says.
Is that what it says? Yeah.
That's our first sampler quilt. So I can see a saw, not a chainsaw, saw blade. What's it called? What's the right hand one called? Chainsaw, no.
Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, apparently there's a deck of cards in there.
You mean the saw edge things? Yeah, there's two deck of cards, one at the top left and one
Hannah's
at the
really
bottom.
excited that she's recognised that one. So, so I like the one at
the top right.
Oh, no, isn't it funny? Look, the top middle...
Yeah.
Is that the same block, but just in different... Oh, no, it's slightly different, isn't it?
I
love it. That's good. Yeah. I love the colours as well, the mix of colours there. How is the middle bit done with applique then? Lovely. Really like that. Nice. Okay. Is there one more? Oh, yes. Look at these. Nerissa. Ness. The one with the birds is a wall hanging, one of her quilts, and then the other is incredible. Okay, there is another one, but we couldn't fit it onto the picture. So is that just, I say just, it's a square with four triangles and then four triangles?
It's in a square within a square within a square, yeah.
Oh, I think, and also that's one of those that you look at, and first of all you see the big squares going across, and then suddenly it changes and you see the diagonal squares.
Yeah. That's nice.
Okay,
lovely choice of colours.
Yeah, really lovely. I hope you're enjoying this. We'll go to the bundles in a minute. I promise I'll go to the bundles in a minute. Oh!
Wow.
Pamela.
That's nice.
Freezer paper applique.
Which we did earlier on, didn't we?
Yeah,
Baltimore style.
It's all done by hand, including the quilting.
Yeah.
And it's the same colour as your kitchen chair, look.
Brilliant.
No, there's two hands.
But they don't belong to the same person, do they?
That is beautiful, isn't it? That must have taken forever, mustn't it? Okay. Oh, we're going. There's one more. There's the one more. Here we go. This.
Batiks.
Morning, Joy and John. Anthony, this is from. Oh, it's a quilt top that he made after watching one of your shows.
Brilliant. Yes, because that was a tube quilt.
And it's from a 42-piece jelly roll, design roll.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Oh, it's lovely watching Joy because you always learn something new.
Yeah, not always about quilting, but...
Yeah, so you're the talented one, right? And I'm just brilliant just being me, apparently. I've taken 39 years to become me, haven't I? And the rest. Thank you so much for
gorgeous,
that. And
yes.
we're going to be able to... How long have I got?
Few minutes.
What we might do is I might just sum up here what we've done.
Okay.
And then we go over and do the bundles. So I've got 3 minutes with you, Joy, left. So this one here on the wall, you've made 9 identical blocks.
Yep. 9 identical blocks. Put them all facing exactly the same way and use sashing in between.
To create it.
Yep.
And there's enough in your bundle to make that the front of.
There's enough in the bundle to make the front of a 50 by 60 inch.
Okay, so that's
quilt.
not 50 by 60.
No,
that one.
that's it'll go bigger than that.
Okay, so it's more than that you'll be able to make out of your bundle.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Up to 50 by 60.
Okay.
Okay.
Make sure you check out your basket. Now, I'll go through the bundles in a minute, but that's the love bundle, so you need to check the love bundle. I used to go to a nightclub and almost called that. No, you don't want to know about that. Then... there was this one, which you've used the same block. Now, remember, this is Joy's block from Goodnight Sweetheart, inspiration from the kitchen tiles in Goodnight Sweetheart. This one's slightly different, isn't it?
This one, I've used the same 3 fabrics in each block, but in different positions. So I've got the yellow in the little square, I've got it on the main piece, and then I've got it on the triangles.
Yes.
And the same with all of them.
But again, they're all going in the same. They're all going in the same
direction. But this time I've put what I call a spacer block. Now, talking about quilting, this is ideal for doing, like nice little feather wreaths or something like that in again on that one.
Right, they're the Angie
Westerly rulers.
Westerly rulers. No, we haven't got those back in stock.
Yep.
Oh no! Or didn't they say August the? They were due on August the 4th or August the 6th or something like that. So I'll chase that one up for you. And then Alicia says, hello, Joy and John. Oh, that's the same thing. That's the same thing, not that ruler. Okay, Alicia, I'll find out. I don't know how I'll tell you, but there's nobody in today. But I know Simon said that they were due back in at the beginning of August. Right, and then Jay's medieval tabard.
Yeah.
Which I can't. I can sort of see, but I think it's a bit. I mean, but it's more. I think it's more feminine than that. But
you think of Alice in Wonderland on the film as well, and all the soldiers they do.
Right.
So this one, I've made the blocks exactly the same, and I've used the same fabric for both pieces of this.
Yes.
And put the spacer blocks in between, but this time I've got this one facing this way.
Right. And then if you do the next one, they'd be going that way as well.
Yeah, going in alternate directions. And there's lots of other.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Joy. When are you back in?
Oh, not until the end of August. I've got Festival of Quilts to go to.
Oh, I'll see you. What day are you going? Are you got a stall? Are you working on a stall?
I'm working on a stall over there all 4 days.
Oh, brilliant. So where do people come to find you?
Oh, am I allowed to say?
Yeah, go on.
Cotton Patch.
Okay, no, I'm sure it's absolutely fine because we're all there, obviously. I'm there on Friday and Sunday. Natasha's there on the Thursday and the Saturday. I'm there doing a show with Mandy Shaw in the theatre on the Sunday. So
we'll be there.
Find Joy.
Yeah, come and say hello. Yeah, I'll be there all 4 days. I'm going to try and find a bit of time to scoot over to the sewing quarter.
Come to me for a signed photo.
Oh, yes.
Joy, it's always
I'll sign
lovely.
you a photo anytime, Joy.
Thank you. Do you know what? They're all like that, aren't they? If we rewind and watch Joy's first show, I bet you any money she was very, very quiet and demure. And look at them. No. Right, how long have I got? Oh, look, I've got 3 bundles. Look underneath me there. On the web, go underneath me there. There's the love one with the pink, there's the joy one with the pumpkin, and there's the happiness one with the blue. They're all under there. They're fabulous prices. You get 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 metres of fabric in each bundle. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in 3 minutes. New linen, new canvas fabric. See you in 3.
Follow us on Instagram. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to get our latest posts. Don't forget, shopping with us is easy and simple. You can just contact us at 0800 112 4433 and speak to our UK-based call centre to place an order, or shop online with us at www.sewingquarter.com.
today I'm going to be showing you how to do diagonal tacking, which is also known as pad stitching, but depending on what you're using it for. Diagonal tacking would be a temporary stitch just to attach layers of fabric together, like interlinings or interfacings, and you'll be doing that to the wrong side of the fabric. So normally you would use 2 layers of fabric, but I'm going to be just using this fabric here on a hoop, just so I can show you the stitches. So I'm going to be taking my needle through my fabric, and then I'm going to be doing in and out to create a diagonal shape. And then I'm going to go further down and again coming in and out. So you can see that I'm moving from the right to left, but if you're right or left-handed, then this can change either way, whatever's more comfortable for you. So it's this small stitch here that gives you the diagonal shapes, and you just keep going down your fabric. So once you've done these stitches down here, you then need to go back up to create a second row of stitches. But this time you need to come in and out the other way. So this time I'm going from right to left, so I'm mirroring that stitch, like so.
Tilly Rose returns to our studio on Tuesday the 1st of August with 2 inspirational hours using Threads printable fabric. With Threads, the creative possibilities are endless, as you can print any image onto fabric from your home printer. And textile artist Tilly is here to offer a little inspiration. She'll show us how to enhance your printed images with machine embroidery to create beautiful effects, and she'll also demonstrate how to make a personalised quilted photo album cover. So, join us for Threads with Tilly Rose, Tuesday the 1st of August at 9 AM and 11 AM, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
Thank you so much for sending all your lovely pictures. I know we're here to demonstrate and everything, but it's so lovely to see your work as well. It's just fantastic. I would when all the quilt blocks are in, which is at the end of the month. I think that's tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or the end of the month? Oh, Hannah's will be disqualified. She's only had 2 months to do it, and she's not in tomorrow, so hers won't be here tomorrow. I could pick it up on my way in, Hannah. I'll pop in to yours on the way in. You've got what? The legs are missing off the llama at the moment, she said. So good. Are you copying Natasha's? Anyway, 100% cotton. How do they describe it? 100% cotton canvas, they could describe it, don't they? Now, you may have seen 3 or 4 of the colours the other day when I was with Jennifer Mills making that lovely tote bag with the ticking stripes. Remember, there were just 4 colours there. So you'll have seen the bright pink, the navy, the natural, and I'm sure there was one other colour, wasn't there? Oh, I know, like a baby blue, that kind of... Oh, turquoise it was, turquoise. In fact, let's start with that, shall we? Now, these, we're selling it now. It's the first time you've seen it being sold by the half metre. Look at the price. Look at the price. £3.65 for half a metre. So I'll show you what half a metre looks like. Do you know, well, you couldn't make a pair of dungarees out of half a metre, Hannah, but you could make... It's really, really lovely. The way I described it, which might have been doing it a bit of an injustice the other day, it's like the most beautiful heavyweight calico. If you love that calico weight... I mean, it's not heavyweight. And look, I'm supposed to be doing it quickly, aren't I? And I've started again already. Can you make dungarees out of it? Yes, you could. But you can also make home furnishing out of it. You could make... You know the thing... You know in some houses... I think about the house we stayed in San Diego last year, and it was all like a seaside theme, and there were like boats with sails and things like that on the wall and everything. This is lovely for that kind of fabric, but it also drapes really nice as well. I can imagine it washes up really well as well. What do you say, Hannah? Bolster cushions would be nice. Bolster cushions would be lovely. Anyway, that there is the turquoise at £3. What I'm going to do is I've got loads of colours. So I'm just going to run through the colours. Then I've got all accessories and a book and everything which is over there, which I'll go through in a minute. What I would like to know is what you would make out of it, though. What you would make out of it. It's ideal for a tote bag. It is ideal for a tote bag. Right. Now, the other thing that would be good is, if you've got the bag-making Bible book, if you already got that, I haven't got it today, it's out of stock at the moment, but if you've got that, then these would be lovely for bag making. Because if you put this on a bit of interfacing, do you know what this would be lovely for as well? Applique works. Because I'll do that. I'll go through it first of all. I'm sorry about the frayed edges. So this is black, right? A beautiful, beautiful jet black. I'll go through all of them, but I just want you to see all the colours first. Done a few bits in black today. Do you know what? Like we've seen black panels and black sashes. Do you know, if you made remember the cathedral window that was here earlier? If you made that with a black background, that would look gorgeous. So that's black. Then this is like a chocolate brown. The graphics are very slow today, I do apologise. I will waft them all and everything. It's just called brown. It's not called chocolate brown. It's just brown. Cotton. It's 100% cotton. 100% cotton. It's £3.65 half metre. You want to see what the difference in the composition of it? Well, it's 100% cotton. But look at the width. I'm sure it's 60 inches. Whoops. Yeah, 60 inches. 60 inches, 150 centimetres. So now, there are no patterns in this. They're all plains, but it's nice now and then to have a choice of different plains, isn't it? And rich, gorgeous, rich colours. They're different. Now, obviously, you're used to seeing our solid spectrum colours, which are 100% cotton as well. But they are like shirtweight cotton, aren't they, and everything? Whereas this is slightly heavy. These make lovely cargo shorts out of these. Oh, hang on. What's she saying now? What are you saying now? Yeah, I'll ignore that. Pale grey. Yeah. I'm going to have fun mixing and matching these later. Because when we say about quilting and everything like that, we used to go have the cotton, don't mix the canvases. And these, if you could make something so creative out of these, this is a beautiful colour, this one. Light grey, it's called. It's like a dove grey. The other day, someone was on with me and they went, doves aren't grey. Of course they are. You get white doves as well, but you get grey doves. Oh, how could you go inside a dovecote? Oh, have you got a hospital in your village? I didn't know that. Right, this one you might have seen before. This is gorgeous. I love this one. This is the fuchsia pink. I don't know if they call it fuchsia pink. Fuchsia pink, there you go. That is lovely, that one, isn't it? Really, really lovely. 100% cotton, it's a beautiful feeling to it as well. So that's fuchsia pink. I'll run through them all, and then we'll do mixing them, because that with that pale grey. I'm going to look right. People are already getting these. Oh, it's too far out. Right. So then I'm moving on to now. If you're not like me and you don't like a vibrant pink, this is like a pink champagne. Now, Hannah says she's got loads of stuff this colour in her bedroom. What she means is she's washed all her bras with her red socks and they've all gone this colour. And, they just call this pink. They just call this pink, this one. I thought you had a yellow windowsill in your room. All right. £3.65. Right, everything downstairs is yellow, everything upstairs is pink, through choice. Right, that's lovely. I'd call that a very, very delicate, soft pink, that one. But next to the fuchsia's gorgeous. Right, now this might, the cameraman and the director's going to hate this because it's bright white. But we won't do a close-up on it because it'll make your... It's bright white. It'll make you go like that when you're watching it on the telly. But we've got to... Because some people... If you do the black, white and greys, that will look gorgeous, won't it? It's pure white, pure white, pure white. I'll put it over here at you and I'll show it again later with the black and the grey. Right, okay. Now, this is a lovely colour. This is the paler. I've got two greens, and this is the paler of the two greens. It's called pale green. There you go. I'll just move that one over there. Now, it's very fresh. It's like an apple. It's like an apple colour. It's very pale apple green, this one. They're all 365. They're all 100% cotton, all machine washable. They're beautiful, aren't they? So that's the pale green. Then, let me jump to the other green then. Look. That's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, as JJ would say. Beautiful. So the last one was pale green. This will be green. But it's like that. That's just really... Do you know what? I'm taking it back. I'd say this was apple green, and the last one was like a pepperminty green. But look at that colour. Lovely, isn't it? There's a lot of yellow in that one, creating that lovely, fresh look. Oh, Lorraine, you've been a bit saucy. Lorraine, is it cakes? Lorraine says, hello, John, I've got a little surprise for you when I see you on Sunday at the Festival of Quilts. Lorraine, find me early on because after the show with Mandy, I have to leave because I've got to fly to America. So I don't have to. I am flying to America straight after. So I won't be able to hang around too long afterwards. But I'll be there all day. No, I'm flying from Manchester. So there's no flight. I was going to try going from Birmingham, but there's no flight. Right, red. This is a lovely scarlet red. It's just called red. Hannah likes the names of these because she can understand these. That's scarlet red, I'd say. Really beautiful red. Oh, yes, now, I meant to say that. Sorry, my bad. That came up in the 10 things that people hate the most when people go, my bad. On Steve Wright in the afternoon, they had what modern sayings really, really get on people's nerves. And one of them was, my bad. So I'll try not to say that again. Who says that? Well, I think all the street people said it when we used to be I was trying to be down with the kids when we used to work at... and do you remember we used to have a producer who became a presenter who was very straight-laced, and he used to say it all the time, and it didn't quite work. Oh, my bad. My bad. Yes, you did. Oh, was they gone by the time you got there then? Now, what they call this one purple. I remember this one because Jay shouted at me this morning. I was like, there's no purple. There's no purple. And he went, what's this then? And I was like, that's not purple. We didn't argue, I just told him. He tried to answer back, and I slapped him into shape. Not physically, I don't condone any kind of violence, verbally. It's like Jeremy Kyle says, like when he goes, when he's revealing, the lie detector, he says, if you lie to me, I'll batter you. And he goes, verbally, of course. Now, what pile should that one go in? That one, I think. Right, look at this. Now, what do they call this one then? Just blue? It's like a baby blue, this one. Oh, duck egg! Oh, sold out. Jay? Thanks, Jay. Jay? Oh, they've got it. Right, I've got two left. Ecru. This is the one. Now, you've seen this one before, but not available by the half metre. This is the one that I think is like the best... Oh, it smells so lovely. The best quality kind of calico. And when I'm saying that, I don't mean it in a derogatory way, but I love that one. I do love that one. Maybe I'm going to put that one with that bundle there. Yeah, that's right. So this is ecru. So it's calico. I would call that one calico. Okay. And then last but not least... Oh, I don't know which bundle that one goes. That might have to go with that bundle. Oh, I know. That one. Okay, I've just put them in there. Colourway, so I could play. Which ones? Yeah, I'll bring those back in a second because I didn't want to get them in the way of my wafting. Okay, so what was that one called there then? I thought that was grey. Light grey, this is grey. Oh. This is the last three colours. That's the grey. Yeah, like schoolboy trousers, that is, yeah. Right, okay, that's all the colours. I'll go through them all again in a minute, because over there I've got, I've got to do these first. Got some patterns which we thought might be quite good for you to use these fabrics to make things out of. Right, which order would you like to go in, Hannah? Right, let's start with, now I've got 2 Butterick. This is the Butterick B6188. I don't need to say that bit, apparently. I just didn't want you to get too confused with the 2 Buttericks. I think we've made these before. I think did Janice make one of these and she used the flamingo fabric? I could be wrong, I'll just twist it round so you can see the different shapes of the bags. There's 4 different versions. I'll show you the back first of all. There's the 4 different styles there. They're all based along the same theme, aren't they? Some have got zips inside them, some haven't. But if you like this, Hannah's saying what this one, the black and white one at the top, would be good as in this canvas. So you've got Butterick tote bags in 4 styles, £7.95. Oh yeah, I didn't need to tell you because the other Butterick is a backpack. Sorry, Hannah. I was trying to be helpful. A, B, C, you've got 3 choices in this one. Oh, like, they're brilliant if you're going to a festival. Because lots of you will be going to. What's the next one? Glastonbury, that's been, hasn't it? What's next? Reading. When's Reading Festival? I don't know, I don't go. Or, I don't think we're doing Global Gathering this year, are we? Or oh no, you wouldn't wear one of these if you're going to Bulldog Bash. I don't think. In my village, there's an airfield in my village, right? And in the summer, they have Global Gathering, which is a huge, all big famous people fly like Tinny Temper and Temper Tinny. Is it called Tinny Temper? Oh, anyway, they all come in helicopters. And the first year I lived there, I was working with Rob. Did you ever meet Rob, the director of my other place? And he was like, oh, it's fantastic. You can hear it all over the village. So I invited loads of people round. We got loads of champagne. Not to go to the festival, not to go to the thing, just sit in my back garden to listen to it. Silence. We couldn't hear a thing. And then the next year, everyone said, oh, we come around to yours. I was like, no, you can't hear a thing. Next year, I got back, and it was so loud. It's all to do with the way the wind's blown, apparently. And the airfield's literally not at the bottom of my garden, but... And then a couple of weeks later, we have Bulldog Bash, which is where you have like 50,000 bikers all turn up in our little village, right? And it's so brilliant because they're all like greasy bikers. But you see them all in Waitrose going, shall we have the olives or shall we have the such and such a dip? And you're like, what? Anyway, it's brilliant. That's called Bulldog Bash. £7.95. I get a discount if anyone wants to come. You have to come with me. I have to go with you, though. £7.95. I'll stop wittering on. What? No, I don't think it's happening this year. I think they're building houses on it now, which is very sad. But it's fantastic to see because you drive down. Mind you, I'm saying that yesterday, there must have been the Volkswagen Golf equivalent of the Bulldog Bash because I came back from Coventry and came to turn right, then turn left when you turn to my village and across the main road. And there were about 100 really old going like this past me on the main road, and they were all like laughing and waving and everything like that. Maker's Tote. I'll stop chattering now. Let's do this. I've not seen this one before. Is this one by Noodle? Yeah, this one by Noodlehead. Okay, I've got a couple of questions about the fabric. Let me just do the bundles, and then I'll answer your questions. Nobody asked a question about Bulldog Bash. Oh. Nobody wants to go. All right. Well, I don't think it's happening this year anyway. And also, the thing is, I live close enough that we could just go home and have a shower and everything, not live in a dirty old tent for 4 days. Anyway, this is lovely. This is the carry-all tote, a modern spin on the classic doctor's bag, designed with on-the-go storage in mind, perfect for children and adults alike. This tote will be sure to keep whatever you need close at hand and organised. There's 2 sizes, deep, large, deep, small. Nice, isn't it? Okay, and then last pattern, but not least, McCall's. Now this is all the same pattern. This is all the same bag, but 3 different sizes: small, medium, and large. I'm just trying to see if there's a finished size on any of them. No, it hasn't got the finished size on. I thought, oh, hang on, yes, hang on. Yeah, 3 sizes. Small is 12 by 8.5, medium is 14 by 10.5, and the large is 16.5 by 13.5. Nice, something. Right, okay. What questions have you got then about the fabrics? Okay, so which colour are you going to bring in? I was going to say I haven't got magenta. Fuchsia, very, very popular, the fuchsia. It's going very, very fast. Right, questions while the fuchsia is out. We have to open an auction. It's a what, sorry? Yeah. Okay. We're just going to... Are they all emails? Oh, there you go, Claudia. Are these planes heavier than normal cotton fabrics? Oh, they're much heavier than the Kaffe cottons. Who's that from? Claudia? They're much heavier than the only way I'd say you'd use these with the Kaffe fabrics, I was going to say the Claudia fabrics then, is the cushion we did earlier that was in the, like, kind of with the applique on the top, like the cactus. You'd only applique, this is my opinion, you'd only applique Kaffe on top of these. This is much heavier than the Kaffe. This is more, I'm trying to think, if you think of a kind of the weight of a twill going towards a drill, even though it's not that, it's more of a canvas because it's the open weave, it's much heavier than the Kaffe. So they'd look gorgeous with the Kaffe appliqued on the top, but you'd never, if you were making one of those bags, you wouldn't put a panel of this and a panel of Kaffe because Kaffe would cave in under the weight of this. These are all my own, these are my personal recommendations, by the way, not those of the channel. Dawn says, morning, John, I would like to make a Roman blind. Would the canvas material be any good, as I've not made one before? Now, Roman, is that the one that goes like that? Oh, okay, wait there. Right, I think, who's that one? Dawn. I think they'd be very good, but I'm just going to have a look in here because there's I want to check I know what a Roman blind is properly, and apparently there's a Roman blind in this book that we're going to show you later. Pillows, Roman blind, yes, right. I can show you, right? Oh, I think it'd be lovely as a Roman blind because the depth, so a Roman blind is the one that does this, isn't it? Obviously, this isn't going to be exactly like your Roman plane, but I'll show you the book in a sec. But so that's your Roman blind, isn't it? Hanging up like... Yeah, obviously I'm doing it in pink because that's the one we got out there. I think this would be beautiful as a Roman blind. Really lovely because it's going to look lovely like that. The only thing I would say is when you let it down, if you're like me and in my Indian princess bedroom, there's a Roman blind in there, hardly ever let the blind down. And that one's made of a sari, a really beautiful bejeweled sari in that room. You do get the lines going across it. If you don't let it. So my advice is to drop it every now and then, just to let it hang and let the weight take the creases out, and then you can fold it back up again. But whichever colour you're using, Dawn, let me know which colour you're going to use, Dawn. I think it would be fabulous for a Roman blind. Right, Anne. Oh, Anne. Right, and ring the number 0800 112 4433, and they'll help you out. That's the call centre. They're brilliant. They'll help you out. What I meant to say was earlier, if you want more than 1.5 metres of any of these, as in of each individual one, as in 3 units, you do. So 3 units, you're fine. 1.5 metres, you're fine. Anything above that, so if like Dawn's going to make 3 blinds and she's 10 metres something, you do need to ring the call centre to place that order. It's a glitch in the machine. It's being sorted out because we asked. Who was it we asked the other day in the office? Were you here when I started causing a fuss about it? Oh, turquoise is sold out. Sorry about that. I haven't even got back to doing the second one. Right, okay, someone's asked if we will reorder them. I can't guarantee, but I think looking at Hannah's saying with the popularity, if you put them in your baskets and ringing up to buy them, I reckon these will become a staple. Because every day, what Hannah was trying to say earlier was, every day we get bigger and bigger as a company. And so we bring you more and more choice. And I think we'd be sensible to have these, like we have our Spectrum Solids, as I don't know what you call it, staple diet, you know, bread and butter diet. No, that's not bread and butter, it's not racist, but you know what I mean? Like, I think we will always have these in our stable, in our menu, as it were. Do you know what I mean? Because I think we'd be sensible, because I think these will sell no matter what time of the year. People will always want fabric like this. Because if you think, really, I mean, just gorgeous things like, I don't want a deck chair cover, but you know, like really lovely fabrics in the gardens. These would work beautifully for those as well. Right, now, was there another question before I go to the book? Okay, right, so this book, this is the only book I've got this out, I've just teamed it with it. It's got the Ultimate Sewing Bible, right? And it's a complete reference with step-by-step techniques. So at the beginning, you've got all kind of all instructions, fabrics and stitches and everything like that. Now, I wouldn't, well, there's dressmaking. You can use canvas for dressmaking, but obviously not lightweight, flimsy dresses. But, you know, actually, you know, Jennifer Taylor's sheath dresses and dungaree dresses, this would be perfect for things like that. But not like a little drapey, silky number, obviously. Anyway, got all the techniques for dressmaking. I'm whizzing through it because make a lovely jacket. Beware, it will crease. 100% cotton, but it will crease, so it won't keep. No, what am I trying to say? It'll look casual, like linen. It'll look like linen. Right. Home furnishing. This is what Hannah wants to show you because she thinks this canvas will be brilliant for a lot of the projects in here. So let's just go through them first of all. There you go. That's how you measure up to make the Roman blinds look. A different type. Right now, perfect. Oh, do you know what? This would look lovely if you're going to cover a chair or a cushion or a poof. It tells you how to make. Oh, does it? Right, hang on. Let me just check. So no, it's got for throw. Oh, okay. Oh, Hannah's really looked at this book. Headboard cover, it would be good for that. Mind you, I don't really understand anybody who has a fabric headboard cover, because my cats would use it as a scratching board. No, not everyone has cats. It's later, is it then? So then we've got curtains. Now, well, no, it would work as curtains, I suppose. Would work as curtains. Be nicer as a black. No, you'd have to put fabric in if you want to make it black out. Anyway, let's just have a look at this. What else have we got here? That's all the different tops curtains, how to line a curtain. Loose linings, we're still on curtains here. Obviously, it's not going to do this, because this is soft and chiffony and drapey. It's going to be more of a solid look, isn't it? Right, valances for curtains, pelmets for curtains, that's going to be like this. This will all work, this fabric will all work in this. Tie backs, it'd be brilliant for tie backs. If you've got a floral, brightly coloured curtains and you want to put a plain hold back or tie back, that would be brilliant. Then the blinds, how you make the blinds and everything. You see, look at all these. You see, imagine these. They don't have to be patterned, do they? You could make all of these with this lovely fabric. Oh, there's there you go. So I was just talking about the one in my Indian princess bedroom. It's very similar to that. Very similar to that. That's the Roman blind. Then we've got cushions and pillows, which, you know, be excellent, 100% cotton. And they'll be machine washable, so make it with an envelope back. Right, that's a chair cushion. I'm frightened I'm going to miss Hannah's page. Okay, there's your cushions. Bed linens. Oh, no, I wouldn't have it as a bed linen. Definitely wouldn't have it as a bolster. Be brilliant as a bolster. Really nice as a bolster. Pillowcases, no, not so much. No, not bed sheets. Table linens, be nice as solid tablecloths, not flimsy tablecloths. Napkins, be brilliant as napkins, especially when you start washing it. Slip cover, there we go. So it shows you how to make a slip cover for your sofa. Now, I need to warn you, if you're not experienced, this is quite difficult. I once made, here we go, clang, a sofa cover for Eleanor Bron. And, what do you mean, who? They've all gone, who? You know what I mean, Eleanor Bron. She lived in Harley Street at the time. And I had to go around and measure it. It took me forever to measure it. Anyway, it looked lovely in the end. That's a brilliant book. At $14.95, breaks down everything. And you've got... We don't really delve into home furnishings that much here, do we? Apart from cushions. But that's brilliant. What a brilliant book. I'll get Jay. Can you get Jay to get me a... Right. Right, now, none of these bags here, yeah, they all have handles, but all of them have handles made out of the fabric. Sometimes you want to make a bag out of one and put the handles on. So, you're too late, Jay, you're too late. And you dropped that on your way out earlier. These fabrics would be brilliant for bag making. So if you want little handles, then I've got a selezione of handles here. Have we got the ones that are out the bag as well? Have we got the handles that are out the bag? We should have this one. Is this Marie, this one? Marie's the only one that should be out the bag, because it used to be in here. It was in there for weeks and weeks and weeks. No? Go and find it, Jay. Don't just shake your head. You just go, no. No. No, I think you'll find it was Amy that left it in the drawer for weeks, not me, not Jay. I'm not letting Jay take the blame for that. Right. This is the only one that's leather. This is the only one that's leather. You see, it would be quite nice if it was out the bag, wouldn't it? You can see it properly. They've got the holes around there for you to stab stitch it through onto your bag. This is the prim bag handle, Marie. You get 2 pieces, 53 cents. You see, if they're out of the bag, then I could do this and show you how I could do my, or how it would fit around your arm, or how you could hold it like that. Anyway, £19.95. They're leather. And they're black, aren't they? They're black, those. Black leather, those. Right, then I've got an imitation leather. Oh, what? Laura is this one. These are not leather. Yeah, Laura, I can see it now. These are not leather, but they've got a lovely... Look at how you see those, you need to stitch on. These, you can just have a hole, an eyelet, or a loop or something, that you then use those little clips to clip on. But these are brown. These are brown. Imitation leather, $13.95. Now, with a chrome finish, they've got a chrome clips and studs and everything on those in the brown leather. That's Laura. She's changed, that girl, Laura. Yes. Right, then I've got Clara. I've got a friend called Clara. Now, I like these. I like Clara. These go lovely with our canvas bags because they've got that kind of... and then look at the bottom. There's like a little heart at the bottom. OK, these are £13.95. These are called Clara. They're 45 centimetres. Obviously, you get 2 in a bag. There you go. You see there, after him shaking his head, go, no, no, no. There we go. Have I got, now they're ones I've got. Laura and this one as well. We've definitely got that one. OK, I'll show you Laura out of its bag. Sorry, I'm jumping back now. So that was Clara, sorry. Can you find... Marie, she's definitely around in there. Right, what I was going to show was like this. That's the length. That's Laura. Or, there we go. Or if you're going to have them as holding handles, you can see how long they are from the bag. Oh, yeah, you'd have both in your hand, wouldn't you? They're not different lengths, look. It's the way I'm holding them. OK, that's the Laura. Right, OK, moving on. Right, now I've got 2 very similar ones here, Madeline and Madeline. Right, I said, this is what I was saying at the beginning of the show. Why have I got 2 the same, Jamie? They're not the same. They're not different sizes. Yeah, no, they're not different colours. I do apologise. Madeline. Isn't Madeline a cake? Oh, it's got coconut on it, hasn't it? And apricot jam. No, don't want those. Oh, no, Madeline's are like a little sponge, isn't it? A little lemony. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Prim bag handle. 2 pieces, 34 centimetres, £10.95. Now, they've got a lovely wood effect. I don't know how I suppose you'd have to sew that bit on, wouldn't you? Certainly the bag expert, really, here, don't I? Above what? No, that's a different handle. Yeah. That's got the same handle on every. That's there. That must be the Prim handle, that one. And then last two. Now I've got something here that I know are going to fly out. I know something is going to fly out. So this now is Neil. No. I haven't got my glasses on, and I'm having to really. Alice or Claudia. Alice is. They're the same. Exactly the same. They're exactly the same, except Neil and Alice is black. What's it made of? Is it like rope? It's like plaited rope, isn't it? Do you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Look, these are lovely, right? They've got that kind of like coated. It's very soft. It's really lovely and soft. Anyway, that's the Alice, 62 centimetres, £13.95. Looks almost blue on the telly, but it's a black. It's a dark. I like this bit here. I like this, how it's bound at the end there, like that. And then I presume you'd sew this bit to the bag. Or you'd put a loop. You'd make a loop on the bag to go through there, wouldn't you? £13.95. I won't open Charlotte, did we say her name was? Claudia. Because Claudia's exactly the same, but in bluey purple, like an indigo. £15.95. They're 62 centimetres. There's 2 of them, obviously. £15.95. Very quickly, now these, the fabrics are flying out, so I'm going to go back and do a fabric update in a second. These are fantastic. You know how many times you've got a bag, you put it on the ground, and somebody spilled a drink, or it was wet, or it's been raining, or anything like that, and you pick it up, and all that you've got a soggy bottom, basically. You don't want a soggy bottom. Nobody wants a soggy bottom. So you want little feet. You want little feet on the bottom of your bag, don't you? Just the 4 of them. These are Premier's never done these before. Right, so this is obviously not real silver. Silver-coloured. Silver-coloured. Oh, £2.95. How brilliant are they? I don't even need to open them, really, do I? Because you literally just put those on the bottom of your bag. You create a little, well, they're called base nails, aren't they? Do you know what? £2.95. You're going to save your whole bag, aren't you, by having one of those at £2.95? In fact, if it's a big tote bag, buy 2 packets, and then you've got not one in a corner, but you've got them in the middle as well. But £2.95. Brilliant. Okay, can't go wrong. So that's the silver. I don't know how they're described. Oh, gold. No, that's 904. I've just had my eyes tested as well, and apparently they're getting better. There's antique silver, that's these. I could have sworn it said gold. It says 904 on the other ones. These are antique silver. You get 4 of them for £2.95. Oh, I need to cut my fingernails as well, don't I? They're 20 millimetres in size. They're all 20 millimetres in size, these. What? Yeah, look, I need to cut them, don't I? I haven't been seeing Amy, the nail lady, for ages. Anyway, I've got to move on. And then these are the other colourway. I like these. These are not gold. They're 904. Brass. Antique brass. Antique brass colour. Yeah, they're not made of antique brass. Okay, £2.95. Right, I've got to go back to the fabrics, I'm afraid, because we've got updates. I haven't even done any of my this and this and this and this yet. Right, okay. So, turquoise is gone, you said. Right, so I'm going to go through the pink and red range first. So this one here is fuchsia. It's very creased because that's the one I did the pretend Roman blind on. Any questions you've got, if I can answer them, I will do. Just send them in. Over half of this has gone. 10 of you have got this in your basket, but obviously we don't know. When you put it in your basket, we can't see how much. Those 10 might have put half a metre each in, but those 10 might have put 1.5 metres in each. We don't know. Okay. You're very funny because Hannah goes, right, John, there's less than. And I'm left here like, you know, like, yes, Doris Stokes, can you help me? Right, there's less than 10 metres of that left. There's less than 10 metres of that left. And how many have got it in their basket? Right, oh, well done, well done. People are checking out as I'm speaking. Well done, well done. But there's less than 10 units or 10 metres. 10 metres of that one. That's the fuchsia. Right, I'll just go through them. I'll do mixing and matching in a minute because it's important we go through them all. Then we've got the beautiful, gorgeous pale pink, this one. It's just pink. It's just called pink. Now, maybe you can't see on telly. It's like a very delicate rose pink. So I thought this one would be very, very, very popular, but maybe on the telly, you can sort of see the kind of texture of the fabric there, can't you? £3.65 for half a metre. Half a metre, £3.65. It's wide as well, it's 60 inches, 100% cotton, remember? 100% cotton, 60 inches wide, 150 centimetres. Machine. Now, it is more substantial than our Spectrum solids, but it's still got, I bet you any money, it's going to look gorgeous washed. When you wash it, it'll have that lovely feeling that ticking has. Then let's go to red. No, let's go to purple. And I know it's not purple. I know it's not purple, but it's like a lavender, really, really lovely lavender. Right, this one is as popular as the pale pink one. Yeah, this is as popular. You see, those two together are going to look gorgeous together. Anyway. Oh. Anyway, that's okay. That's the purple. So we're all right for that and that. Then the red. The red is very, very popular. It's a nice scarlet. It's only called red, but it's a bright scarlet red. Well, it's not bright. I'd say it was a substantial scarlet red, this. Right, over 20 people have got this one in their baskets. So we presume that's half a metre, but how much fabric's left? So be careful, please check out your baskets. Please check out your baskets. The 20 people who've got it in their baskets, you do need to check out. You see, imagine if all those people have 1.5 metres in, right? That'd be 50 metres, is it? And we haven't got that. We haven't got that much. We haven't got that much left. Do you know what I mean? So please, please, please check out your basket. So if all of you I've got, well, if all you've got, well, I've just, moving on, let's do the monochromes now. Let's do the monochromes. So we'll start off with the white, which is very bright white, which I'll just show you a little bit of, because I know that it makes the camera scream. It's like, you know, like the optical white we do in the Spectrum, it's that kind of white. 100% cotton canvas, £3.95 for half a metre. Are we all right for stock on that one at the moment? Yeah, we're all right for that one on stock at the moment. Let's go straight through to black then. Ooh, so the black and the white together, because it's a deep, deep, deep black, and it's a lovely bright white. Look at that. Someone's just asked, are they Macau? I don't think they are they? Yeah, normally it would have Macau on the selvage. No, they're not Macau. They're not Macau. It's got a lovely sheen to it. I'd have to. The black is very, very, very popular. What's the basket situation then? And how much? Oh, yeah. So you see, again, if everyone checks out, that could take us almost to the edge, depending on how much you've got, of course. But we did have more black and white, because they're... Oh, Nicole, what's the matter? Nicola, not Nicole. Nicola. Is the pale pink a normal cotton weight, please? None of them are a normal cotton weight, Nicola. They're all that heavy. Think of heavy calico. I'm trying to think of... It's like a ticking. It is like a ticking, but not as soft as a ticking. Ticking is very soft. They're all 100% cotton, but they're not lightweight. They're not. You wouldn't make a blouse out of it. You wouldn't make a man's shirt out of it. But you could make really nice shorts. You could make nice dungarees. You could make nice blinds. You could make so. It's. How can I describe it? It's like a twill. It's what? Sorry. Oh, right, okay, they're saying on our website that it's a perfect for bags and home furnishing. But, like I say, you'd make a dungaree dress out of it maybe, or you'd make a jacket out of it if you were doing dressmaking, but you wouldn't make a flimsy skirt or a blouse out of it. Oh, sorry, that's the pink one I brought back in. That's the one that Nicola was asking about. I want to try and describe, because it's not heavy. Look, it drapes. Yes, I thought it was going to be much heavier than this. And it does, I mean, it's 100% cotton, so it does crease like linen creases, but it's not linen, obviously. Right, but they're right. So Hannah's saying it's like middle ground. Between a Macawa spectrum and a heavy canvas, it's the middle ground. I'd say it wasn't quite halfway. I wouldn't say it was halfway between those. I'd say it was less than halfway. But it's definitely not. I'm only saying because I'm here squidging it and everything. It's not like a don't be thinking, oh, it's like a deck chair canvas. It's not like a deck chair canvas. It's just a really beautiful... Well, we made a tote bag out of it the other day, didn't we? With the ticking on the front. Well, I didn't. Jennifer Mills did. It's that lovely... Oh, it's like a heavyweight... I'm just trying to think... if you made napkins out of it, they'd be... like if you go to a wedding, you know, the heavyweight cotton that those napkins are made out of, it's like that. It's like that. Oh, OK. Oh, they had some Liberty canvas yesterday, apparently, with the on the show yesterday. It was very, very similar in weight. OK, so that was the black. Then I've got the two greys. So I've got light grey, which is this one here. I'm showing you with the black and the white in case you want to mix and match them. OK, nice, isn't it, that one? Now, I wouldn't quilt with it, no, Nicola. You could make a nice patchwork out of it because they're all the same weight. But I imagine if you put this and wadding and a backing, it would be really quite heavy. Oh, and Elizabeth. Will the fabrics work with Christmas fabric from last week? Elizabeth, which one are you thinking of? Actually, I'm going to say no. Because most of the Christmas fabrics, because I did a roundup of them all, didn't I, on... was that with you, Hannah, or was that with Paul? And we did a roundup of all, and they were all quite flimsy fabrics. I mean, we had about 200 different fabrics, didn't we? So, hard to say. Which other fabrics did we have? I'd say that the poly cotton ones, or the cotton poly ones, were heavier than this. Cotton, you know, the ones with the reindeers on everything, they were heavier than this. I'm sorry if I'm being a bit... Does the fabric need washing before use? Will it shrink? Right, all cottons will tighten up. I imagine it only has... It depends what you're making out of them. If you're making a cushion cover, I think washing it would just tighten it up. I don't think it would shrink. But I always wash fabric. I always wash fabric before I make anything out of it. Just so you know. But quilting ladies don't, or quilting ladies and gentlemen don't. Quilting, people just use the fabric as is. I would always wash it. Because I think this, when you wash the dressing out of this, it'll be even softer. Right now, who was it making the blind earlier? Was it Dawn? Whoever was making the blind earlier, I wouldn't wash that. I wouldn't. Oh, here you go. Hand wash at 30 degrees, no tumble drying. So it will obviously shrink in the tumble dryer. But if you're making a blind out of it, then I'd put this in the washing machine. To be honest, that's my own personal opinion, not the views of Sewing Quarter. I would put it in the washing machine. This is dark grey now. This is the darker grey one. I would put it in the washing machine at 30 degrees, but if I was making a blind out of it, I wouldn't want to get rid of the dressing. But if I was making cushions or bolster or anything like that out of it, or if you're going to make, as Hannah's going to make, a sofa slip or a cover for your poof, then I would wash it first. There you go. So anyway, those are your monochromes. You've got white, black, light grey and dark grey. No, light grey and normal grey. This is normal grey. Not normal, that's the wrong word, isn't it? It's okay? So that's your grey, but they're your 4 monochrome colours there. Okay, moving on. I've got 2 greens here. I've got the green, which is a bright grass green. It is green. Now this would look lovely in gardens or conservatories, wouldn't it, this one? £3.65 for half a metre, 100% coton. It's lovely, isn't it? Okay, and then I've also got this kind of soft pepperminty green. Let me just get those 2 together. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, nice. Well, no, I didn't think they were going to go together, but actually they do go together really nicely. Well, Anna wants a pistachio ice cream, everyone, please. So this here is green. This here is pale green. So the green one is going across the bottom. That's the one across the bottom of your screen. That's the one on your side of your screen. 60 inches wide. Now, it says on the website, hand wash at 30 degrees. I'd be tempted to put it in. Oh, do you know why it's supposed to be saying that? Because if you haven't finished the edges, it's obviously one of those fabrics that does this. So they're mostly saying hand wash it, because look, all of that has just come off of me touching it then. Oh, now that's a good question, Sylvia. I have no idea. Will the colours, which is why we always, as dressmakers, as couturiers, that's why we always wash the fabric first, just in case the colours will run. Sylvia, I don't know. I can't answer that one, I'm afraid. And there's nobody here, and we haven't got a washing machine. We should have a washing machine here, really, shouldn't we? And bung everything through the washing machine. I don't know, Sylvia, so my answer, my honest answer to that. I would say no, but I can't guarantee that. I can't guarantee that at all. Okay, and then last but not least, I've got the natural colours. I've got the brown. That's about good as a, I don't know what you'd use the brown one for, really. Applique, if you're going to be doing, oh, no, actually, no, what would you use the brown for? What would you use the brown for? Those of you who've bought it, what are you using the brown for? Oh, yeah, for a bag. It'd be nice for a bag. It'd be a lovely chocolate brown coloured bag with the brown handles over there. That'd be nice. Hang on there, but look at the brown and the green together. Look at the brown and the green together. That's nice. Mint choc chip. They work nicely together, don't they? The black and the brown and the green. This is the green. That's the brown, obviously. Do you know what else? I'm going to be a bit controversial here. The brown and the pink work as well. Bit 70s, bit 70s. I think Bulldog Bash might have started early in Birmingham. No, it's motorbike noise, it's not clubbing noise. There was a festival on yesterday that started about 11:30 yesterday, so some people could hear it on air, but then it got louder and louder, and Hannah texted me going, I'm going to have to leave, the whole building shaking. Hello, John, I've bought several of most of the colours and we'll be saving them until the Westerly rulers come back. Lots of love, Julie. Westerly rulers should be back any time at all. There's nobody here for me to ask today, I'm afraid, Julie, but I'm sure Simon said the beginning of August when we did them, didn't we? Right, and then this is the ecru. Oh, actually, those two work nicely together, don't they? The brown and the ecru. Is it called ecru, this one, isn't it? Yeah. It's like the, I would have called this one calico, the ecru one. Very popular, the ecru one. Oh, there's only 8 metres left of the ecru. Now, I knew the ecru one would sell. I knew that one would sell out a lot because people use it for lots of things. £3.65 for half a metre. Which pattern did they want to see again? Oh, okay. The fuchsia, there's only half a metre left. So that's sold out. That's sold out. Half a metre of that left. Oh, hang on, I'll do that. I'll show them all. I'll show them all. Somebody's asked to see a pattern again, and we can't realise which one it is. So we can, I'll get them all out for you. Let me just tidy up a bit here in my fabric stall. Right, okay, so I'll put those over there. So the 4 patterns I've got to show you today, I think this one seems to be the most popular. By Noodlehead. It is the Maker's Tote, £9.95. It's nice, isn't it? Carry-all tote, modern spin on the classic doctor's bag, designed with on-the-go storage in mind, perfect for children and adults alike. This will make sure those will be sure to keep whatever you need close at hand and organised. Now, the large one is 16 by 13 by 7.5, and the small one is 12 by 10 by 6. But both patterns come in there for £9.95. Nice. Then I've got this one, McCall's. Now, this one here, this again, is the same bag, but in 3 different sizes. You've got the small, the medium, and the large. All the patterns are in there. The small is 12 by 8.5 inches. The medium is 14 by 10.5 inches. And the large is 16.5 by 13.5. You see, now you see they've got all patterns. Imagine if you used all the monochromes, or the pinks and the reds and the lilac, or the purple as we call it. They could make beautiful, beautiful bags just in the solid colours, couldn't they? But make sure you buy the little feet stud things to go underneath. That's all I'm saying. Next, I've got 2 Butterick patterns now. This is a tote bag one. The which one? This is bag A has front and back contrast panels. Bag B has contrast front and back panels. Oh, I see. The first one's got a magnetic snap closure. The second one's got a zip. The third one has got a contrast front, back and handles, tabs and a zip. And bag D has contrast bands, handles and a double zipper. Blimey. £7.95. Okay, and then last but not least, this is the most popular of all the patterns, as well as the noodle. Kind of equal. Rivals to each other. Well, different people, aren't they, really? This would be the mum, and this would be the daughter. That's what I'd say. And I'll just twist it down so you can see the back of the different... they look like angels from that far away, don't they? Different styles of bag. 3 different... you got A, B, and C in different sizes. 10 by 12 by 6 is A. Oh, actually, 10 by 12 by 6 is D, and 7.5 by 9.25 by 5 is C. So C is a little version. C's little version, and then the other version's got pockets and one's got a flap on it. See, that C's got a flap on it. That one hasn't. Okay, £7.95. Right, and then the book is very, very popular. Ultimate Sewing Bible, a complete reference with step-by-step techniques. Do what? No, it is a nice book. It is a lovely book. So it's got everything you need to know. Techniques, stitching, all about your sewing machine. It's got dressmaking. And all the dressmaking tips you need there. And then if you go right the way through, you end up with... We're still on dressmaking and jackets and evening wear. Here we go. Soft furnishings are coming up now. How to measure for your curtains, because well, also, you also have to measure top and bottom, because I had a window in my first flat in Twickenham, and I got the builder to, I was in John Lewis, and I rang the builder, I said, measure the window in the dining room. So he measured the top, right, and said it was however many inches. I had the blind made, and when it arrived, it wouldn't fit, and it's because the bottom of the window was an inch smaller than the top of the 1930s it was. But just remember, when you're making curtains, that not especially in old houses, no line is a straight line. Unless you have it all replastered and everything, and then it might be. It's a brilliant, brilliant book, £14.95. Right, we've got tomorrow's menu. Let's have a look what I'm doing tomorrow. I think I've got Joe in tomorrow, have I? Oh, no, Jane. Stylish storage at 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock, bag making with Jane. 10 o'clock, bursting with colour. And then Jane with Outer Wise, quilting masterclass at 11 o'clock. Oh, I love Jane's. shows, they're always brilliant, aren't they? I wonder if she'll wear proper clothes or an antique clothes tomorrow. So I've got stylish storage on my own and bursting with colour. I'm presuming that's brightly coloured fabrics. And then bag making and quilting with Jane at 9 and 11. Oh, that sounds like a lovely day, doesn't it? I won't have Hannah with me tomorrow or Jay because I've got Paul and Amy tomorrow. Apparently Adam was brilliant, you know. Adam was absolutely brilliant, Jay. What did you say, sorry? Right, the ecru and the black. If you've got those in your basket, please, please, please be... Oh, they look nice. Oh, they look lovely together. The black and the ecru, £3.65. That's the black there. The ecru will go across the bottom. Please beware your baskets. Please beware your baskets on those. OK, the black one has got over 20 people with it in their basket. So if you all take a metre and a half, we're done for. So basically, or you're done for, not me. Please ring the call centre and check out. If you've got any questions at all, they'll sort it out. I know it's just coming up to 12 o'clock now. What will happen is we'll go to the office and we'll go bing, 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 bing. Lots of people start checking out the baskets, but please, please, please be careful. With lots of things this morning, because we had a very, very busy morning. Thank you for your company. I will see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. I'm going to have a good night's sleep tonight, so I will be better on form tomorrow and not be as rubbish as I've been today. I've been nearly as bad as Jay is every day, haven't I, today? Anyway, thanks ever so much for your company. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock with the most fabulous show. And I might wear, I don't know. I'll just see you then. Follow us on Twitter for more inspiration, top tips, news, and share your own creations with us.
Don't forget, shopping with us is easy and simple. You can just contact us at 0800 112 4433 and speak to our UK-based call centre to place an order, or shop online with us at www.sewingquarter.com.